We live? Okay. Welcome to the Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 meeting of the Tufton Borough Board of Selectmen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Do we have any public input? All right, seeing none, we'll move to the approval of the minutes. We have meeting minutes from Monday, December 29th and Monday, January 5th. I assume you both have had a chance to look over these minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve both the minutes of December 29th and the minutes of January 5th.
A second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay. And appointments, code officer update.
So in 2025, had 153 building permits, 33 new homes, I did 33 COs and did 686 inspections.
686.
Yeah. And then so far this year, I have 5 building permits, 1 new home, I've done 22 inspections. I was here Saturday, had no water. The external tank needs to be replaced on the wells. It's short cycling, so I think that's what it is.
It'll survive the day.
It'll survive the day, so it's fine. But yeah, it was just trickling, it shut off, and actually the toilet on the furthest bathroom was running, so I lowered the flow, and it's fine now. So.
Okay, very good, thank you.
And I was at the police station and just got back in the mail, a whole bunch of stuff with Woody, so I guess they're coming in at 10, I'm not sure, but everything seems to be.
They
Yeah,
are.
I was there on Friday, or Monday, actually, I'm sorry. And the wiring looks like it's coming right along, but
Yes,
I got a
God.
little confusion about, is it night security? It's got all that cable hanging out there.
Yeah, I already talked to Todd, and he's gonna get that all off the strap and all that, so
Yeah.
nothing's gonna be laying on the strap, and it's gonna get hit by a screw.
So,
They're aware of that.
yeah, it looked great. Bubba's still got some,
He was there this morning.
oh, it was.
Yeah. So his truck.
In the water lines, yeah. He's surface mounted between the hung and
Right.
the solid ceilings.
I think it's February 3rd or somewhere around there.
February 2nd, we're gonna walk through, and then they're gonna start installation on the 9th.
Right. And then we'll get into the sheetrocking business, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's some issue with the garage doors.
I talked to Woody about it today, so we kind of take the track off, mount some boards there so they can drywall to the boards, and then the operators are, in my opinion, too close to the ceiling, so it's not gonna fit. So he said he'd take care of it, so we'll see what happens.
What's
They drop the
what's not gonna
Track
fit?
Goes across for the operator.
Yeah,
It's got the block on the wall right up tight to the strap, and we got 1.125 of ceiling to go in. So.
It's gonna be tight.
Inch and quarter, so I just asked them why they didn't use side mount operators, which they usually do on torsion bar
Right.
doors. So,
But they didn't do that.
so I'm gonna have to get low overhead track for the top, which is a track that has 2 tracks in it. So the top will go across down bother.
was there anything in the garage door contract that specified one or the other?
It stated, just said operators, it didn't really
Just
say
said operators.
It's hard to, you know.
Yep. Okay.
And I don't know how the siding, I didn't spend any time outside. Is the siding almost done or getting close?
It's getting close, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the back, but I know they got both sides
The
done,
back was
and they
done first.
and they came around the corners to
They did
the.
the back first, they've done around the corners, they got little bit pieces here and there, there's a couple pieces on the overhang where they got soffit vent, and the soffit vent on one corner runs all the way in, and it should be, you know, just
Yeah.
little things, little blocks put in there so the bees don't go up inside. Just
Bees.
little things, so. But overall, it's going well.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be here when Cobalt
I'll
shows
try, I
up?
got a
Or?
couple people coming in, so.
Okay. I mean, if you feel you need to be, if
Yeah,
not, you got stuff to
I don't
do.
think Woody's coming in, and I was just there with him, so
Yeah, Woody's coming in next.
so I was just meant to have an hour.
Okay.
Should be all set.
All right. Cool. Anything else?
I want to point
Good.
out that Jack's efforts last year brought in more than 61,000 in permit fees.
Excellent.
Quite significant.
Excellent.
I have to jack him up a little bit to cover his payroll.
There you go, maybe we'll get him a new truck.
Oh, that's why we're getting your new truck. How's that coming? Are we just dealing with $39,000? Is that what?
Well, you said 40, but whatever.
40,000?
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, between two vehicles, just wait till it gets close because
No
the
Dodge.
price.
Right.
No Dodge, no Chevy,
No
no
Chevy.
GMC.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else about the government buildings that needs warrant that you know of?
No, I got a couple bids in, so we have the light. I have all the lights in the post. It's actually in my office, so
Right.
we're swapping out the tops because they don't match. I have all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We already got the price to fix the bulkhead, and it's just little rot stuff here and there to fix.
But that's all maintenance stuff. Nothing that we have to do a warrant article for.
Nothing here.
Nothing here really. A little bit of rot in that little corner, but it's just small stuff. And then I would say next year probably just painting.
Yeah.
How about this boiler down here? We've had it for what? At least 10 years, 10, 12 years now,
More than
right?
10 years, I think. Yeah, I forget when it was, but yeah.
Yeah, it was here when I got here.
I would, if I was to replace it when it went bad, I wouldn't replace it with another boiler,
Mm-hmm.
oil or gas.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But do you
Right now, it's when it runs great, but when things break, it's a pain in the butt.
any concerns about parts availability,
No,
manufacturer
they still make everything now.
manufacturer support?
They're fine. It's just the person that services it is in Bow.
Yeah.
The hall is somewhere. He's farther away, but he knows his stuff, so he's very good.
Service call is expensive, but he's responsive.
And I can call him up, and he'll put me through the computer, and
Yep.
I can do things on my own. And he's good about that. But
Okay.
it's
And
just,
are you involved in the highway department upgrade?
I went there and met with Josh.
Okay.
When Josh went and looked at it, I was there, but that's about it.
Okay. Because I think there's some electrical,
There's electrical panels got to be moved, and move the
Plumbing.
septic probably.
right? So those will need inspections.
Those need inspections, yeah.
And-
The service, the electrical is one of the biggest parts.
I'm sorry.
The electrical is one of the biggest parts. The service is right on that side.
Right.
That's where it comes in from the bulbs.
I think Scott was talking about he would just do a whole new entrance
Yeah,
coming from the pole over.
the pole's all by the gas pump. It goes
And are we
underground
running
across.
the design by Jack
I
as
haven't
far
seen
as
it designed,
training?
just walk through.
I forgot I had my phone with me. Sorry about that.
Candy Crush or what?
I feel like my phone yells at me. But,
Do you
Did
want to?
someone draw something?
I don't know.
no, I don't believe there is any drawing. I've talked to Josh about this and he's like, oh, it's a pretty simple design. I mean, we know what we gotta do. It's
Yeah, it
a
is.
copy of what is already there.
Just,
Well, maybe we could.
Josh is gonna come in around noon time. He couldn't come this morning right now because he's on a project, but he said at lunchtime he would pop in and see you.
Okay.
And he's putting everything together, all the numbers, so we have one picture.
Okay. Maybe we can get him to sketch something out so that you guys can talk about it, and make sure everything's cool.
and heat for that. We're gonna go back with the same radiant or,
Radiant.
I mean,
The two. Yeah. Yes. I think that's the smartest thing to do.
where they are and put more out back.
Yeah.
Step them back or modem style gas fired or.
No, I think I think the tube heaters are the best application for that.
Are they working?
They do work. Yep. I mean, they're pretty old, but they
They work.
They're 30 years
They serve
old.
their purpose. I mean, they're not, it's not living space, so it keeps the building warm enough.
Right. And it warms up things quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's radiating down,
right.
so you're keeping your.
So you just
Truck.
leave those and put more in the back.
Yeah.
It gets deeper.
Yeah,
Well, we may want to look at, if they're 30 years old, we may want to look at replacing.
they are 30 years old.
You know, if we're gonna do
I put them in.
Yeah, you know.
My opinion is
Yeah.
put 3 new ones in, and when those break, put 3 new ones in for those.
Yeah,
It still
and
works.
they're not gonna break the bank.
Right.
No. We're banking there now?
Yes. Drive through.
Yeah. All right, we all set with Jack?
I'll sit with Jack.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
And highway.
No, no dues. Well, no, we have not talked about that anyway. You would? Like a drive through door?
Yeah. You can open it, you can't drive through it.
I don't know if you meant a walk-through door, but yeah, that was a good point. I think we're going to put a garage door in the back next to it, which we've never had one, so I never really thought to put one there.
Is there access out the back?
There will be after we install the new septic, because it will be driving over the old beach field. But we do have the plan for the septic system.
You got a design?
Yeah, I think I got to give Audrey a bill from him, and we'll have the final paperwork once he receives the check. But yeah, we have the preliminary design.
Okay. Have you seen it?
I had a copy of it.
You happy with it?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it before he designed it, because there was a few things that came up for questions. And he's like,
Under part, frost concerns.
so we're gonna put a H20 load rating tank.
Yeah.
He's gonna put that basically kind of in around about drive-through that we have around the building that we try not to use, but if you needed to, you could.
Mm-hmm. But you keep it plowed, right?
Yes. Yep.
How deep's it gonna be?
It's probably just gonna be under the surface by a foot and a half.
It's gonna insulate the top of the tank?
Yep.
Top and sides?
Yeah, and it also has to be sealed. It's got to be a sealed tank because
Yeah.
it's not 75 feet from the well radius. So that's a little bit more money than what I originally thought, whatnot. But and then he wanted to do the drive over system so that if we drove over it wouldn't hurt, even though we don't have to drive over it. He's like, "Oh, just design that," but he said he couldn't do it, couldn't make it work. So we're doing another type of system. It's like a Geo. It's a Geo Edge 3000, something like that. I've installed them before. Pretty easy.
Smaller footprint?
Yes, that was the other thing. Smaller footprint. There's a boulder that's kind of in the way that keeps it out from everything. So he came up with that. I've installed them. They're decent system. And then we're going to put boulders around the leach field so nobody can drive on it. And zero access available for them to drive.
So you'll have snow cover over it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a sealed tank. How do you pump it?
So basically sealed means that they coat it with tar.
Oh, external sealed.
I think it's inside. They
Oh, okay.
actually do it on the inside. Yeah. They'll probably bring it in one piece and set it down. And, it still has three access holes on top so that you can get to it to pump it. Yeah. It's just a single 1250 tank. No pump system needed. It's just gonna be gravity, which is what I wanted. I don't like pump systems if we can avoid them.
Right.
But fairly easy system.
And and it's as small as it is because there's not a lot of usage, I assume.
Yeah, they still have the same minimum requirement as we do for, like, say, a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom.
Okay.
They're all the same. Yeah, they all have a 1250 tank and the same size field.
Yeah.
But they have that new Edge system. I don't think came out more than probably 3 years ago. Smaller footprint, and it's they call it Edge because it's basically a pipe on top, and then it has these bags that go down that hang off from it, and they're about 12 inches deep, and you can put them closer together. Yeah.
Is it going stone or gravel?
Sand. It's got to be
Sand.
certified
Sand.
septic sand, which we can only get from us because it's coarse washed sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't have a lot of fines in it. Because that's most of the problem with all the systems that fail. If you go and dig them up, there's way too many fines. They won't drain anymore.
Yep.
Seals them right up. I like the crushed stone systems because they're time proven. I have one at my house. thing's 45 years old.
Yeah.
That's great. But you gotta have twice the field, it's twice the size. That's the only downside. Is they're just so big. And they gotta be out of the ground further. They gotta be
Deeper.
What's that?
Deeper.
No, they gotta be 2 feet. The bottom of it has to be 2 feet from what they call the water, what do you call that? The
Table?
Water table?
Yeah, which is a brown substance in the ground that they look at and go, oh, that's the water table. Usually that's only like a foot to 18 inches down from the surface most of the time. So it's gonna be 2 feet above that to the base. On a crush. Well, actually, I don't know if that's in question. Most systems. So they gotta be built up.
And that's why you see them mounded.
Correct, and it might be 3 feet on a crushed stone system, I think. I haven't done one in a while, you know, because they're kind of something that most people don't want to deal with anymore just because of the size of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, so it'd be a foot higher above the ground if you went with crushed stone, I believe, system. Yeah, twice the square foot. Right.
Okay. What else?
Thanks.
Okay. So the first fall snowstorm this season was November 16th.
Mhm.
Since then, we've been out 29 times. Not all for plowing, and some of the times were just for sanding or treating. We had an ice storm on December 29th that left us with an inch of ice on the dirt roads. They were treated several times during the heavy rains, but they were covered over again almost instantly. In the higher elevations, we had many areas where the smaller trees and branches all hung down into the road, which required cutting. And it took several days to clean up the roads and open them back up. In between plowing and treating, we've been hauling sand back to restock the sand shed that was depleted. And all the sanders were overworked and required maintenance and repairs. Some of those, we had 3 electric sanders, the town owns 3 electric sanders, and we burnt out motors on 2 of them. One of them twice. And so we've asked.
That's unusual.
Well, so when it came to those ice storms, we really had more than one. We had to back up all the dirt roads and stuff like that. You couldn't drive on them. You had to back up.
Mhm.
And obviously you're not going to back up very fast, especially at nighttime. And during that time, you get to the top of Willand, it was enough to cook the motors. We talked to the guy that we purchased them from and said, you know, how come these things, you know, burnt out and stuff? He goes, well, you know, they're just getting overheated and whatnot. He goes, do you think they'd put them on the big hydraulic trucks instead of running hydraulics? If they thought they could, they would, but they just burn out. They can't be run that long, that distance. So,
Who owns these sanders, the town or you?
town.
So why aren't we using gas
Well,
driven?
we used to, and then we somehow thought that almost a thing of the past, the gas sanders. So we thought we'd keep up with the times and get the electric sanders, which are nice. They're kind of more consistent.
Yeah, but if you have to keep electric motors on the shelf because you keep burning them out storm after storm, that
It's just because the ice storm, we haven't burnt them out before. So, you know, I think we've learned that we got to start midway and let them cool down for a little bit. You know, we didn't realize that was what was happening. We said they have a short lifespan of running consistently non-stop. And plus, we also think the rain. It was pouring rain and it made the sand heavier. So it was working even harder. So it was just a bad combination.
are your sanders covered?
Are they covered?
Yeah, do they have lids?
Oh, only one of them does. Only one of them came with it. The last one that we purchased has covers.
Did that motor burn out?
No, that one did not.
Hmm.
No.
Imagine that.
Yeah, yep. At least I don't think so. That one did not burn out. But we have a problem with the chute that we have to replace it. We didn't realize it. You know, we told them what we were going to put it in when we bought the sander, and they gave us to us, and yeah, it looked fine. But what happened was, my driver was coming out of the sand shed and turned to park next to the garage. It's a little steeper right there, and it hit the back of this, the spinner and the shaft, and it lifted it up pretty high, bending most everything in it. We kept it going through the storm, but we have a new one in order, a shorter one. We didn't realize that it was going to be that close. And I think, and we've heard it too. I've heard it kind of click when he comes into the garage, town shed parking lot. I've heard it go.
Was it just meant for a taller truck?
Yep. Unfortunately, we told them it's going in a 1-ton. They knew that, and that's what they gave us.
So how much are these motors?
I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Could you replace it yourself?
Yeah, we did.
You
Yep,
did?
We did. Yeah, I haven't got the bill yet from the.
Are you gonna?
Yeah. No, and they replace. We can replace them pretty easily.
Are you going to keep a motor in stock?
We do have one in stock now.
Okay.
Yep. We have a track motor and a spinner motor in stock, just for provisions, just in case in the future. But I'm hoping we've learned our lesson and we don't have that problem again.
Okay.
Been a lot of sanding this year, way more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna keep happening too.
Yep. We'll get the calls in the springtime.
Oh yeah.
Why so much sand?
Well,
It always
I've
happens.
said that 5 times already. I get this. You don't sand enough, and then 5 minutes later I get another one.
Way too much
Way
sand.
too much.
I know.
It's like,
I know.
and I get it. And the ice storms really messed it all up.
People want to see bare pavement.
So we've been trying to use salt. You need to use salt on the tar roads when you get that kind of ice.
Mm-hmm.
But our salt bin only holds 2 loads. That's it. And we went through that in the
One
one
storm.
day. In one day.
Mhm.
And I called up. I'm like, hey, we're going to need more salt. He's like, oh yeah. I could probably be there sometime the middle to end of next week. Well, now we only have sand. That didn't help us during that, that storm.
Do you have the ability to send a truck down? Get your own?
We've done that before. It's not a good idea to do that. We learned that the hard way too.
What's bad?
There's a waiting line. Most of them, so they open at 6 a.m. to start loading,
Mhm.
and most of the trucks start lining up at 4 a.m. to get in that line, so they can hopefully get 2 loads done in a day. And when you don't know what's going on, it's very confusing and frustrating. Those guys, that's what they do. They have a contract and they have tractor trailer dumps,
Mhm.
not a 10-wheeler.
Yep. It's like trying to fly a Cessna into Logan Airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't. They don't like that.
No, none of them are happy to see
Mm-hmm.
a 10-wheeler getting in the way. Yeah, we did that once and decided it's probably not a good idea. I just wish we had a bigger salt shed. We don't. We just do the best we can, and we just need to be prepared a little bit better for the next time. We think we're going to get a big ice storm like that. I could put some in the sand shed if we had to.
I know storing it outside isn't much of an option, but could you put it outside and cover it?
Yeah, you probably could.
is that-
Had a big enough tarp. You could probably do that.
It just can't get wet because then it freezes
Can't get
solid,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty much ruined at that.
Turns into a rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, as it is already, we have a problem with people taking that to, oh, we're a taxpayer. I thought we were allowed to. Like just the sand, please.
Right.
Like, that's $80 a yard. Don't take that. But it happens. You can't be there all the time.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you put it away from everything, it could be worse. I don't know.
So we should look at expanding our salt shed.
It would be nice, but
Well, does it holds a tractor trailer load?
so we can hold 2. It can hold 60 yards
Okay.
right now. I don't know that there's much room to go back further with it to the property line. We'd have to look into that a little bit. I know the property line's not too far off, but we'd have to look into it a little bit. Maybe it could just be wider.
Yeah.
maybe build a second one right next to it or whatever,
But something to look at.
Yeah, yep, I think it is. Yeah. Again, most of the time we don't have a problem with that. It's just that ice storm. And it
Well, it
created
doesn't-
havoc everywhere in the whole state.
It doesn't go bad though. I mean,
It does not go bad, but if it sits all summer, you gotta pull it out, you gotta try to take it back home, crunch it all up, and
Yeah.
put it back in, because it gets crusty. So,
Just with humidity.
yeah, I think so. Yep. So, we try not to have any in the spring left over. If we do, it's, just a small amount that we have, 5 or 6 yards or whatever, but then we crush it up and mix it with the fresh stuff, which is not too big of a deal when you're only talking 5 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I created a new line in our accounting for salt and sand materials
Oh, you- Okay.
to appease the budget committee.
Okay.
Because that's one of their continual questions.
Yep.
So I gave
That's
you.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
Say that again. A new line for what?
Salt and sand.
Salt and sand.
Separate salt and sand. Okay.
And where the number of yards that we use for salt has gone up significantly since the last, especially since we started hitting all the parking lots with straight salt. By request from department heads, and whatnot to, nobody wants the sand tracked in. I get it. It makes a mess. There's no question about it. So we've been using straight salt now. I think this might be our second or third year. I'm not
And it's
sure.
a safer parking lot too.
Yep, for parking lots.
Yep.
And even the transfer center, we've been trying to do it. We will sand that if we have to, but, because it's so big, but mostly around the building, we try to salt it.
Have you ever considered pre-treating with brine?
I have considered it, I've been to the class for that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you gotta be set up for it, for sure.
Yep.
Adds a significant cost, and it's, very, very corrosive stuff.
Not great for cars.
Oh, it's terrible for cars, it's terrible for trucks.
The truck that sprays it.
Yeah, and there's been many different ways they do it. Some of the ones I saw are, you load up with salt, you drive underneath this big shower head, and they just wet it. And that gets it activated, and then do that. But other ones have been, they spray it with I think it's beet juice. Turns reddish, like your car and stuff will turn red and stuff. But it works much better. It's more effective. It's especially effective in colder weather than just straight salt. I've used the stuff not for the town, but I used to take care of, many years ago, I took care of the Taylor communities. I had 3 Taylor communities that I used to maintain. And they've supplied magic salt, as they call it, which is a pre-treated salt. That works better in lower temperatures. But boy, it rusted up my trucks in a short time.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't like that too
You
much.
need a plastic truck.
What's that?
You need a plastic truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it was pretty powerful stuff. Even just loading it, rusted out the bucket very quickly and everything. Wasn't something I want to probably do again.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have calcium sprayers that you can mount inside your truck next to the sanders. Small, tanks, 2 thinner tanks, and it sprays down on the road and stuff like that. And you can have it also, so it just sprays on the sand, the salt. Excuse me. You can spray it on the salt as you're doing it as well. There's a lot of ideas out there, but the better it works, the more corrosive it is. So,
You're happy with what we're doing?
yeah, I think there is a little bit of request I hear from people like, how come we don't just salt like the state does? But wow,
Right.
that's the most salt I've ever seen used on a road.
Right.
It's
Yeah, then you're
substantial.
gonna-
And it's a lot more expensive
It's a
than
lot more
sand.
expensive, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they're paying the same price we are for a ton.
Yeah. But your roads are clear. I mean, they're not clear an hour after the snowstorm like the state is, but
Or less
Little-
corrosive.
right. But a little bit of sunshine and your roads are clear.
And I guess some of the complaints that I've gotten, and they're not really complaints as much as comments that people make, just in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Their cars always look dirty because the sand's all on the sides. It's true. Yeah, I get it.
It's a
We live in New England.
cost of living in New
It's either going to
England.
be covered with sand or it's going to be covered with salt. I don't.
Right.
You know, there's not a wind there either way, as far
Yep.
as I'm concerned.
That's why they build car washes.
Yep. And that's why they build new cars every day too.
Right. Okay.
So I had a visit from a citizen complaining about Sandy Knoll Road. And it appears that a friend up there who purchased land from the town has dug a trench across Sandy Knoll so that snow machines can't go over it or it's around it. Or you have to go on his property to get around it. He's convinced, in spite of all efforts over the last decade, that he owns the road and he doesn't own the road. So have you gone up to look at it?
I have not. I've seen a picture of it. The same person you talked to also texted me and sent me pictures of what it looked like.
Right.
And I actually talked to Officer Emerson today.
Right.
He said he drove up there. He said, "Oh,
Yeah, I stopped and-
stuff's all lined up along the side of the road and stuff."
I stopped and saw Shane yesterday and told him about it. Given the events of his cameras on the road and signs for no driving on the roads that happened a few years ago, I didn't really want to get into some kind of confrontation, so I did the right thing. I went and saw the police. But I think we can talk about it, but I don't think having him replace the dirt is going to be effective, for the major reason being that now there's only his time that's been forfeited. I think we need to go up, the road agent needs to go up and fill that back in with whatever materials up there and send him a bill for your time.
Okay. Do you suppose that it's some kind of drainage issue that he was trying to address, or because I don't know. I'm only going by the pictures, but it didn't look like it had an outlet. But
It doesn't appear as though, it doesn't appear as though it's going anywhere other than to be a barrier. And the drainage along the sides of the roads is kind of addressed a little bit, but it's still big slopes on both sides, on a major part of it. So it's not draining, it's just running down the road.
okay, yeah, no, I just meant the hole. The picture that I saw showed kind of a pretty good hole in the middle of the road, like all the way across it.
Right.
15 feet wide, but yeah, probably like a 15 by 15 feet. And I can't tell how deep it was, but it looked like, I don't know, 4 feet maybe in the picture.
Right, but it's beyond his house lot.
It's beyond it.
Yeah. I mean, you can drive all the way up to where he has this excavator and all this crap. And it's beyond that.
It's into the woods.
No, it's on Sandy Knoll Road. I'm not even certain if it's still adjacent to his property, because his property doesn't go on forever on that road. It just goes from the power line a certain distance. So I think you need to take a look at it and see what we can do. Because that is a main thoroughfare for people snow machining to the power line, which gives them access to the world.
Do you think we should give him the opportunity to hear us?
Who
This owner, this landowner?
to hear us do what?
Tell him that he can't do that, and give him the opportunity to fix it himself.
No, and the reason I say that, Bob, and I'm only one of the three of us. We have given him opportunities on any number of occasions to stop treating Sandy Knoll Road as his own private driveway. That it is a Class 6 road owned by the town. I mean, this is a pretty egregious event.
So what you're saying is he's already been put on notice?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do we have
I
any?
met with him 2 years ago before he started the project. He went to you to ask if he could fix up the road. So I did ride with him.
Yeah.
We
I remember that.
talked about what he was going to do.
Mhm.
There was nothing about digging a giant hole in the road. But
I want to make sure. I want to make sure that he's been given fair notice. That's my only concern. I don't want to. I don't want to hit him with a bill and have him say, "Well, geez, you didn't give me the opportunity to fix it myself.
No,
I
well,
could
that's the
have."
point. If you let him fix it himself, and we can have a discussion and vote on this, you let him fix it himself, it doesn't fix anything. It doesn't change his attitude about the road. I mean, I see the road agent fixing it and sending him a bill as a penalty for doing this. He's been on notice for more than 7 years that I know of, maybe even 9 years. That Sandy Knoll Road is a town road. We gave him the authority to repair the drainage up to his house lot and do whatever road building he wanted to do there. But he continues on this avenue of he doesn't want snow machines driving by his house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a house now; it's just a trailer.
It doesn't matter. It's Class 6 road. They can ride snow machines.
Well, that's the problem. Even that road's been there for 200 years. It's one of
Right.
the oldest roads in town.
Right.
And he thinks it's on his property, but wouldn't it actually be a town right away, even at that? It's not really on his property.
Yeah, I
It
would-
is.
I
It's
would-
still a town right away.
I would think it's a right
It's
away,
not a
right?
right away though. It's an actual road. What do they call that?
Prescriptive.
A riparian road. In other words, it was established when the town was established, along with North Farm Road. So those are two of the oldest roads in town. There was a village up there, Brighton.
Yeah, I've seen some of the old foundation holes made out of rocks and stuff.
It's an old road. And none of the other property owners, I mean, Wayne Perkins owns a piece up there. There's another guy from over in Tilton that owns a big piece beyond there. Are a problem. You know, they're not.
We shouldn't have sold it.
Anyway, what I'd like to have happen is I'd like to have the road agent go up and take a look and report back to us, and we'll maybe make a decision.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Would you like me to call him at all?
sure.
Okay. I can call him. I do have his number.
We have to be careful because the town's not supposed to maintain Class 6 roads.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's just a
So,
repair from somebody's
Right, we're not.
creation.
yeah.
yeah, but that's kind
But
of
you
that's
don't
kind
want
of
it to be major.
no. That's kind of one. That's one of the things that's fueling my
Yeah.
my concern. Is
We can maintain the establishment of the road. What we can't do is spend taxpayer dollars upgrading the road without changing its classification.
That's true, because I remember years ago when I first started, I was given permission to keep certain roads to go through and just make sure that a fire truck
Right.
had access and stuff like that. Not necessarily doing any big improvements, but opening up if trees have come down and that kind of thing. So I went with Bill Stockman and walked a few.
county roads, perfect example.
Well,
County road is
that was
class 5.
yeah, that's still, it's not a class 6, but
I know. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. I look forward to hearing the report.
okay. I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk, I was told that you might want to talk about the paving.
Yes.
Okay, so I gave you guys this sheet with the pricing and options.
Yes. I took a drive along County Road and New Road a few weeks ago. Harvest Lane too. I'm not sure New Road needs to be done.
Really?
I mean, it's got its spots, but if we had to kick that can down the road a year, same thing with
Can you
County
go for a
Road.
ride with me in the plow truck? No, I'm serious. Can you go for a ride with me in the plow truck and see what you think again?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the honest question, I'm asking.
No, sure, I'd be happy to.
Okay,
I'd be happy to.
because I plowed that on Saturday. I plowed it like 4 times. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. And
Well,
that's the street plan.
we have to do it at some point in time. I mean, if you take the option 2 on New Road and Pine Mill Drive, or Pine Mill Road, I'm sorry, which we have to finish,
Yep.
and Sodom Road,
Pine Mill Drive.
yeah, and Sodom Road, you're at $659,000, which is pretty close to the recommended amount, 660.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess it depends to where we're at with the budget, but if we had the option to, I guess, I don't know if we do. If we did New Road, I would prefer that we did option 2 as opposed to option 1, but there is like $58,000 difference.
Mm-hmm.
Could we get away without doing option 2 and just covering it? Yeah, we probably could get away with it. It won't last as long, obviously.
Right.
I mean, I think the 660 figure that I came up with was doing it option 2. Because
Oh, really? No.
yeah,
I think I might have gave away the wrong sheet. I had notes on one of them. But,
yeah, $184,000.
Yeah, no, I see that part, but I had added up, because we know that we're gonna do Pine Mill, that's a must. And
Right,
I should definitely do Sodom.
right.
And then if you did option 2, I think it brought us up a little higher than 660, if I remember right.
Well, maybe my math is wrong,
But maybe mine is, I don't have it in front of me at the
I
moment.
have it in
Well,
front
these
of
don't
me.
have your numbers in them either.
Correct, yeah, correct. There's no numbers for, cutting out rocks or changing any drainage. There's nothing in there for road repair before we get to paving them. Which we usually spend, between 50 and 75,000,
So
depending on.
Sodom
when
would
you-
be a final paving.
717, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, yeah, that's what it sounds
Okay.
like. And then I think it might have been, close to 660 if we did option 1.
Did you say 6 or 8 culverts on Sodom? Was it 6?
659 with option 1.
I don't recall offhand. I know I emailed. I can try and find it. It's not great.
So I didn't know what you felt about that, if on Sodom, when they do the culvert project, if they cut in 6 culverts.
Right, the drainage project, yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Um,
I think it was, yeah,
Do we-
6-ish.
790,
do we
619.
know if anything's gonna happen with the grants?
Where'd you get that, Bob?
Option 2 for New Road.
Some
Harvest Lane, Pine Mill, and Sodom.
portions.
Oh, yeah,
of
if you-
that
if
could.
you
I think
do
that would delay.
Harvest Lane.
Yep, but you want to take out Harvest Lane?
Plus
Well,
we-
what I did
we-
was
I didn't.
started,
I think Harvest Lane could be.
Harvest Lane,
April,
Pine
so-
Mill, and Sodom.
That's-
Seems a little tight for this year.
And we'll do
Yeah.
New Road
It's
next year.
fine.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Huh?
guaranteed.
Do New Road next year.
I mean, the money is there.
605, 303
So the,
Yeah.
what we have
with
is
the bottom 3.
essentially available and guaranteed, but the
And
portion,
do New Road
whether those
next year.
costs are adequate,
Har-
those were kind of
Okay,
conceptual
Harvest Lane,
things that
I,
we
don't-
put
I think
together.
could be.
Okay.
We didn't actually design
Well,
anything yet. and so
I've driven
next
over it.
now,
It certainly
3 or 4
needs,
years, it
it's
costs
not as bad as
gone up
Shirley
quite a bit
was,
in that time.
Right,
Or Pine Mill.
So you're right.
right. I think it could last another year if we needed to.
Okay.
But does that doesn't.
Does that buy us enough?
It doesn't get us
Right,
where
I
we
think
wanna
it's
go.
likely.
I'm sorry. Do we have a number in mind?
As far as
For
that
paving.
project happening.
Well, I know that the capital improvement committee is $100,000 less than we spent last year,
Not quite 100,000.
but close.
There should be a large, most
I
of
mean,
that,
I
there's
thought
like
they were
one.
like
Anyone that has
630 or
right.
650.
Something like that. I've got the.
Take longer, and that's.
And you think there's 6 culverts on the road?
I was trying to find that email, it was in that ballpark.
6 to 8.
I thought we talked about it.
Yeah. We might, did we talk about it?
I think so.
I thought you asked me when I was there in January. And I saw it for December when I came back, and then I
Yeah.
followed up
Oh.
with an email, maybe. See if I can find it.
And we could do, just throwing this out, we could do a shim and overlay on New Road, option 1. We could do Pine Mill Drive and Sodom Road. for 659. 660.
Yep, that was one of the possibilities that I came up with too.
Do Harvest Lane.
670 is what they're at. Oh, yeah, 670 is their recommendation for paving. I mean,
Mhm.
Does that leave any money for prepping?
well, no, that's their inclusive number.
Okay.
So that,
Yeah, and striping too.
what is your prep number? Do you know?
Depends. Well, we're just kind of talking about that, how much culvert am I gonna do on Sodom Road? Because where do you think we have 60?
Yeah, 80, just
Well, I thought inclusive in those grants was paving to bring it back to its original state.
right.
Yeah, but 30
small amount
feet-
of paving on either side.
30 feet either side, right?
Yeah, ballpark.
So we
probably.
could pave it this year, and then if we get the money next year, we could cut the culverts in and pave them back. You'll still have a little
Right.
bump, but it's not bad. It's not like what we have already.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got Sodom scheduled for 26 anyway.
No, that's what we were just talking about. I think it could happen at the end of 26. Maybe, if things move along and depending on how, we did find some wetlands in a few areas when they did delineation last fall. So depending on how that permitting progresses, that could. It was scheduled 27.
I don't think we should pave Sodom Road until the culvert work is done, period.
I tend
The
to
road's
agree.
falling apart pretty good though at the moment.
It's delaminating in places.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again.
What's the?
But I think
Is there an
you're
alternative?
putting the cart before the horse if you
Is
pave
there,
before
okay,
you do
so
the
is there a
culvert
way
work.
to pave a portion, or are the culverts, in other words, are the culverts spread out throughout, and so paving a portion is not possible? Do you know what I'm saying?
There'd be less culverts on the end closest to us this
Right, I
here.
think they're
and then-
mostly.
Yeah, so you could maybe do.
Is it just the culverts at Williams Field that we're dealing with?
Well, there's one there.
No, there's one down near
What's
County Road too. Two of them near County Road.
Tees in.
Yeah.
There's two of them near County
County
Road.
They're
Road
mostly from
is
there
the
down to
dirt
the
road
river.
that comes in at the top of the hill.
Melvin River.
I mean, are the culverts in the worst, and also where the worst parts of the road are? I guess is my question.
There are some, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially, it's at the far end that I think it's coming apart the most. Towards 171.
Between New Road and 171.
Yeah, yeah, and actually just before New Road too, bottom of the hill.
Yep.
When the culverts are done, do they replace the entire width of the road with that? Okay, so I'm okay with, paving now and then them having to cut. I mean, it's not all,
Well, we did it.
Perfect,
We
but-
did this summer, and we paved it in this fall actually
Right.
on one of the things. I don't know, way better than the other end of the road still.
But we could go from 171 to the Stone Bridge, Stone Culvert there, or whatever it is. That
By Vicky Lyons' house.
no, way before Lions, just past your dad's old place.
Oh,
We could
Yep.
pay from there to 171.
roughly half.
And that's about half of it, without any culvert intrusion, because everything else is on this end of it, right?
No, they're kind of mixed on both
The
sides.
county, from County Road to the river
Yeah,
is where the culverts will be.
there's a
For the
culvert.
most part, yeah. They're small drainage culverts, yeah.
That's where all the
That's where
work's
the
happening.
majority of it.
But that's also where most of the delamination is.
I think most of the delamination is near, let's see, it's called on the south side of New Road, from the entrance of New Road.
Like in
South
front
side.
of Ralph Carpenter's house.
Yeah, from there, right around that corner.
Yep.
That
I think there's.
seems to be the worst at the
I
moment.
don't know,
anyways.
maybe that's the geography going
And I think that might be where you have the wetlands.
on. Right, there's a culvert there, I think that's.
Yep, there's one culvert.
Can you get away with shimming those delaminations for a year?
No, I don't think so. It's just a matter of time before we're gonna have to grind it all again, I think.
Yeah, well, you're not,
I mean, you could just do a shim coat. They could come in and do a big shim coat, I suppose, to hold us, but I don't know how much that is, just a shim coat.
right,
well, I mean, they
because what
have,
you should do probably, if you're gonna, I mean, Sodom is pretty major road, if it's coming apart, we're doing all this color work, maybe we should grind it and do the whole thing like you were planning on for New Road.
We were hoping not to have to grind it, only because the extra cost.
Yeah,
Grinding it and then having to put a coat on it the next year.
but let's say we do a shim coat this year
Okay,
and we prepare ourselves for a major road job.
okay. Yeah, that's not a bad theory.
But it might not be next year, it might be the year after.
Well, we're gonna run
How
out
long
of
is the shim
roads
coat?
pretty soon.
Shim coat's gonna last us a couple of years anyways, I would say, before we have to put a
Mm-hmm.
top coat
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So then if we're just doing New Road at 184 and Harvest Lane at 73.
And Pine Mill.
Pine Mill at 100. You're at 350,000, 360 grand, something like that.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad option, I guess, to just do a shim coat this year and
Can we-
culvert work done,
Can
then
we
do our top coat.
can we take what's left? Let's just assuming what you just said, Chip. Can we then take kind of the balance, if you will, and put it into something that allows us to do more the following year?
A capital reserve.
Capital reserve.
Well, we can't. I had thought that we could take the balance of warrant articles and throw them into our fund balance, but I don't think that's possible.
If we go with that option, we're looking at $360,000.
Right. So you could carry that paving budget over,
Right.
and then we're working on 27 at that point.
And then we just have a heavier load in 27.
Well, yeah.
Well,
but
no.
you don't because
Because you get the
gonna
capital
carry over
reserve.
Probably a couple $100,000. So you're balancing the 2 years.
Right.
Are there any other neighborhood roads that need?
Harvest Lane,
Yeah, no, we're gonna do Harvest Lane.
oh, okay, I wasn't sure. 'Cause
He was,
if we did all these, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, Chip's latest suggestion was doing option 2 on New Road, doing Harvest Lane, and Pine Mill.
Okay, now
And that's
And get us a price on
a shim coat.
on a skim coat.
the areas that need it, not the whole thing.
Well, it's almost like they gave us the price already here. If you look at Sodom Road, the second line says,
Half-inch drag and shim.
yeah, that's a shim coat right there.
All that's all the entire length of the road.
Yep.
Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
$100,000.
No, that's
let's say.
289.
So you
No.
289. Wait,
No.
No,
It's 98.
98.
Follow the line.
Sorry.
98,303.
I think that's pretty close to 100.
Yeah, but but he said somebody said 289.
Oh, I did.
That's the wrong line.
Sorry.
Right.
I weren't correcting you.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
I'll tell you.
But that's the whole length of the road.
That's fine though.
But we don't need to do
We
the whole
don't need
length
the
of the
whole
road.
Do we need to do the whole length of the road?
The worst of it is, again,
about a half mile.
the half of it. Well, which is a mile and a half. That's a 3 mile long road.
So we're looking at 50,000
So
essentially.
we're not getting any delimitation down on this end of the road? Is that what you're saying?
It's much better. Yeah, there's very
No,
little. Very little.
Much better? Is it gonna last 2 years without anything?
2 years. That's a good question. Well, you can, do you remember how 171 was forever?
Mhm.
They just kept doing the shim coat here and the shim coat there.
This,
Well, it's eventually going to look like how that was.
well, eventually, yeah. We still want to do the right thing and grind it up and pave it. It's just we don't foresee being able to do it this year.
Okay.
I don't think the money's going to be there. So
It might be. Let's look at
we'll
it.
see in a couple hours. I don't think it's going
Okay.
to. I don't think it's going to be there.
Okay. Doing Harvest Lane, Pine Mill Drive, and what was the other one?
Option 1 of New Road. Option
Option
2
two
of New Road
And option 2 of New Road.
is three.
Can I remind the selectmen that we have an appointment with a vendor here and you're doing warrant articles during your work session this afternoon?
Yeah, but he's
I
here.
know, but yeah, the 9:30.
So yeah, that's 400 grand without touching Sodom. So
Thank
if
you.
If you did all of Sodom, it'd be 500 grand.
Okay, thanks.
I should say all of Sodom with a shim coat, a drag coat.
I don't know about adding it up. It's $358,000.
That's what I got.
Okay.
358, 749.
Okay, so let's add. So we're $458,000 if we do a shim coat on the whole of Sodom Road. That leaves us with
$200,000.
$200,000.
Probably you're going to spend 50 of that doing your prep work.
At least, yeah.
And then we got to add another 10, 12 grand in for striping, right?
I thought I broke that up. I don't remember what I was going to say. It might have been 3,000 to do Sodom Road.
For striping, because we want to on new pavement on a new road,
New stripes.
new stripes. We want to include the striping in the warrant article. I know.
So it's
Okay, at any rate,
say 4,000.
at any rate, let's say there's $150,000 left out of that. So now you've got $432,000 to do Sodom Road in 27, and you've got 150,000 of that already. So now you're down to what, 300 and something? Not even that, 200 and something. I mean, I think it's a more sensible way to approach it, and just if you run into an issue where you can't do Sodom until 28, now you've got the whole thing shim coated, and you're good or better.
All right, let's take this a step further.
Okay.
What if we create an expendable trust for paving
Well, that's how we do it. Yeah.
instead of doing a warrant article? Do a full expendable trust for paving. Put $650,000 in it this year,
Right.
with the intent of spending.
The program.
Yeah, spending $500,000 of it between paving and your prep work and striping, and then we'll have $150,000
Yeah.
moving forward to
If
next
we
year.
want to carry it forward, that's how we have to do it.
Right.
Yep.
And that's that's how I see it.
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
Are you okay with? I know you have a wish list.
Yeah, no, I guess I just needed to find out a little bit more about the culverts and when we think we might get the money. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's, to me, I wasn't sure, because that's a wish list. Was what that is.
I'm opposed in any shape or form of paving Sodom Road before the culverts are done. I'm okay with doing a shim coat to satisfy your needs,
Okay.
but I'm opposed to doing any
No, I think
major
that's a great
paving.
idea. I think you guys came up with a good solution.
Great.
Awesome.
We're done.
Perfect.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. You all set with me? Do you want me to stick around?
You can. You're certainly welcome to stick around, and be part of the conversation, because
For the culverts.
it does affect you.
Yep. Perfect.
So, all right.
Yeah,
HEB,
I'm up.
Yeah, go up to the table,
welcome.
please.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
Yeah, on camera.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So where would you all like to start?
Let me get out your.
What projects are going to happen in 2026?
The plan is for Curtis Road to happen. As far as happening, can be constructed.
Okay. So complete by March 26th.
No.
Bidding in March 26th.
Correct.
Oh, bidding. I'm sorry.
Right. Which, depending on how few of these things we talk about today, could happen, but that would mean bidding pretty soon here. So, right. Yeah, basically we finished up the design last
Oh,
fall.
hold on a second. Actually, is the HEB stuff in these folders somewhere?
You each should have one in your packet.
Which ones?
Mine,
It's in your packet.
It's in my green folder. The other
your green folder.
the other green folder.
It might be in the top part. I think it's in the top part. It should look like this.
Project status report.
There you go.
Okay,
All right, good.
so this is gonna be the first.
Thank you.
project.
Of course.
Find it?
Yep.
Find it?
Yep.
And
So it's the only one. That's the only one that could be completed in 26.
Correct.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Curtis Road.
well, okay, so you're gonna redesign or pre-design
Sodom Road. was it?
some.
Right. Because I think the warrant, what you guys had to expend was just enough to get going, and it
Right.
was good to show some progress for FEMA. And so after this year's town meeting, I'm assuming that we'll
Right.
add the rest of that design in and continue with that.
And we have the cost estimates for the design work, because we need to create a warrant article for,
I'm not sure. I don't think I've provided the cost estimates for the design work for Sodom Road, so I need to get that to you.
The votes that we took on these projects in the past couple of years are not included in this sheet from the trust funds.
Correct, because they're not trust funds.
What are they?
They're grants and projects.
No, I know, but we
So the warrant.
voted and a certain amount was raised by taxes.
Right.
That amount raised by taxes.
It doesn't go to the trust funds, so
Okay.
the auditors track that as separate projects.
Okay. So we don't. Can you go report on how much money we've got?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're saying that what we've got is probably enough to just start the design work?
Or what do you mean by what's already been approved last year? Is what you're saying?
Right.
Yes, I'm not totally familiar of what. I believe you guys said you had $30,000 for Sodom Road, or that's what we.
Well, that was
Just
to,
maybe.
that was to get it going, because the taxpayers are gonna vote this year if they wanna move forward, so that's one of the draft warrant articles I have. And
Right. So you need a number for the rest of it, though.
well, the numbers are based on the grants. So when you helped the town, when HEB helped the town, there was a number that came up with, and each of the grants is a contracted amount. And
Right. So
the
you're putting
town's
that.
portion is 10%,
Right.
and the grant is 90% of the total amount.
Mhm.
But in one case, we still
Didn't
don't have
have-
enough, based on your newest numbers that you wrote to Heather about.
right, that's what we're
Right.
trying to make sure that we have any design work or any work plus design work that we do in 2026.
Right.
We need to make sure we have enough money.
So
And there is enough money in there
You just said that we're going to fall short of,
for construction probably.
Right. I think there's two things we're talking about. One is that the Sodom Road project did not get approval last year, basically, right? It wasn't
Right.
included because
Right,
it wasn't,
because we
wasn't
didn't-
ready yet.
We didn't have the grant from
The grant was not
FEMA.
confirmed,
Yeah,
so it did not go to town meeting last year.
right.
So it needs to go to town meeting this year, and then that will provide sufficient funding for design for sure, because that also includes design and construction all in one lump sum.
okay, so that 10% is going to be in, well, the whole thing's going to be in a warrant
Okay,
article,
yeah,
but that 10% is actually going to be grabbed and tucked away this year.
right.
Okay,
And then when the Curtis Road is kind of in a different situation where we're now at the end of design
Mhm.
and our costs are higher than what the grant was for, as far as including the construction estimate portion.
okay, so we have to include that in the warrant article as well.
But we don't actually know
We
that
don't.
figure, and we're waiting to hear back to see how FEMA's going to deal with it, so, right.
Correct. Basically, yeah, it was about $70,000. Oh, the construction cost estimate was about $70,000 higher than previously, and so, but it's not clear whether FEMA's not committed to funding
It'll be
that extra
worded
portion
like
at
10 and
90%,
Mm-hmm.
or if that fund's available or not. So
Silly question, I know, but what do you anticipate when we'll know?
yeah, I emailed them like a week ago. We heard back that they were looking into it, and so yeah, it could be.
So we approved $14,000 last year for Curtis.
Right.
the total project cost was supposed to be 146,000. So
Correct.
10% was approved.
So now it's going to be
And-
$220,000.
Well, no, we're only going to spend $7,000 more.
Right, 260. If right, as long as they're going to fund it
If
90%.
they'll fund it.
Right, but that's kind of the question: is do they have that
Right.
funding to be able to provide it at 9%? And the project overall is still cost benefit. It has a favorable cost benefit analysis, which is an important theme with FEMA. So it's not like the project isn't valid anymore because it costs more. So that's where it stands. I
So
guess.
if we find out soon enough in the deadline for submitting warrant articles, if we find out that we need to kick in another $7,000, we can do a warrant article for that. If not, we can probably still do the project, take it out of contingency.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not certain we need to write warrant articles for $7 grand. That
Well,
doesn't
if-
make a lot of sense.
I know, but
I think we need to look at all of these.
but it's a
Because we've got-
change. It's a change in the cost of the project that the voter voted for.
Right, but we have a series of culverts that we're replacing, so let's go through all of them. And maybe there's other money that needs to be put together for, or maybe you don't have a complete number on, for instance, Union Wharf.
Right, yeah, we don't have a complete number yet. We haven't gotten that far.
Okay,
But I will say it's likely the number from before will be low for construction, just based on the fact that it was from 2022 and it's 2026 and it won't be built until 2027.
Right.
so,
Inflation's been pretty high on
Mhm.
construction costs.
so let's assume for a moment that went up 10%. Now you're up another $86,000. We need another $8,600 on our end.
Right.
So my suggestion would be that we wait until we get all our culvert projects that are gonna go forward and get the final numbers on them, and then write a warrant article that says for these culvert projects, we need an additional 20,000 or whatever it amounts to.
Right.
You know, rather than trying to do a $7,000 warrant article.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
Because we've got on Union Wharf, we have 86,200 or $929 somewhere.
And you're talking about doing a warrant article for an expendable trust for this, or job specific.
No, I think we just do a general warrant article for all of the projects and list in the warrant article what project was increased by what amount. And yeah, I guess it would be an expendable trust because it would have to last for a little longer than a year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can encumber it. As soon as it's in contract,
Right.
then you're good. Good.
Yep.
And I believe we're gonna have to put them out to bid. It's a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so,
They do that though.
right,
Right, we
and
assist.
Mountainside can bid on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
If we don't keep them busy.
right, I mean that's the other thing. I mean, this 260 number is just again another estimate. So really, till it goes to bid and you get a real number from a contractor,
Right.
that's the number that's going to matter.
Right.
Because we did vote on Canaan Road at one point in time, I remember. So there's some money sitting around for that, but that's been a long time. It's been a couple of years anyway.
The Canaan Road project as well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the other Union Wharf, Canaan Road, Sodom Road, Curtis Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you're saying Curtis Road may happen in 26?
Curtis Road, yeah. So where we stand is that the design is done, the construction documents are complete.
Okay.
There's a few things that have come up that require the town's assistance, basically. So easements are one, like we had not planned on any easements. And we've outlined the areas that need to be acquired as temporary and or permanent easements in our drawings. And so those need to be acquired. Typically, we recommend that being done before bidding. That way it's just all squared away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one kind of outstanding piece. Another one was that Curtis Road is designated as a scenic road in the town of Tufton Borough.
So you need to go before the
So the
planning board or the
Yeah.
conservation commission.
the planning board needs to. There's a public hearing needs to be held to receive planning board approval.
Mhm.
That's what RSA says. So those both would need to happen before bidding.
While we wait for the federal government to decide how much money they're gonna spend on this.
Basically, yeah, I think this all can kind of be happening at the same time.
And you have no way of knowing what the actual construction cost is gonna be.
I mean, we've taken we've broken it down. It's itemized, you know,
Right.
by NHDOT item numbers, and it's putting assigned unit costs to them and with quantities. But yeah, it's still just our best estimate, right? Exactly.
You're not ready to put it out for bid.
We are, with the exception of those two items, we recommend waiting until those are taken care of before bidding, and just in case there's any concerns that or problems that develop during the process of the
So
easements.
let's say we get those two things done. There's no other cost overrun problem with Curtis.
No, not beyond the fact that the estimate is higher than,
Okay, we still have that
yes.
as a stumbling block. Okay, so you're gonna work on that end of things, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
That is in the works,
And
essentially.
I'll work on the easements and scenic road and their temporary easements, just to do the work.
Right.
And there's a few other things. There's some bonds and insurance
Mhm.
stuff that needs to be sorted out as well. I think that was included in the packet somewhere potentially. But basically, it's like a questionnaire sheet that needs to be filled out as far as what kind of bonds and insurance the town wants to hold in the construction contract.
So you create the construction contract, you just need to know the parameters.
Right, exactly. So some of that's in that bonds insurance, which we recommend, you know, consulting with your legal counsel and stuff. And then there are some additional questions we can discuss today. Or we can wait till some of the other items are sorted out.
Let's get it, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here, so. Yeah, one of them was liquidated damages. What level you wanted to hold for this contract? I mean, $500 a day is a typical thing that we would recommend.
Right.
Typical amount, especially for this level of project. You know, if it's more important, you know, if it's more like critical infrastructure, then that could change, or like a bigger city or bigger, more
Well, are you,
larger road.
obviously, we're gonna set some dates for completion, et cetera, and
Correct.
performance. How long is the road gonna be closed? Or is there alternatives to closing the road?
Yeah, the intent was that traffic would be maintained in some form
Okay,
during construction to name the residents. It's the only way in and out for the residents, in my understanding.
so we're looking for specific performance over beyond the completion date? What's the cost gonna be? Okay. Let's
Basically.
get you that.
Yep.
We have it in the other contracts, we can just review that.
Yeah, we were gonna we were recommending substantial completion be like October 31st,
Mhm.
but then final completion a month later, November 31st or 30th. 31st.
Right, 30th.
Yeah.
There's no paving there to worry about, right?
No,
I think that's all dirt road.
it's all dirt road.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about asphalt plant shutting down.
Yeah, and that final completion would just be final grading and minor touch-ups essentially. Bid security is another one. That's like basically if the contractor backs out after they've
Or awarded the bid.
awarded yeah, exactly. That's the amount that then the town would get from that contractor or withhold.
Okay.
So we typically just would recommend enough to rebid the project basically.
Right,
So around
Mhm.
5% of the project or 10 grand.
yeah, we need to know that cost.
Yep.
Cause you guys are gonna put the bid out.
Right. That's what, yeah, we have, yeah, I think this phase, I think was like $7,000 or $8,000 for us.
Yeah, so
So I
10
think 10
grand.
grand seemed appropriate. Then we would plan on just distributing the bidding documents electronically. That's what we do typically these days, unless the town has a preference of paper copies of any sort.
Are you interested in any of these jobs?
I might be, I'd have to look at them. I mean,
Okay, are you qualified or able to take electronic documents?
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
because we can have them typed out for you if you like.
Okay.
and then it'd be a unit price bidding, so based on those itemized, as we determined the quantities that we did on that.
Yeah.
It'd be awarded to the lowest responsive bidder.
Lowest.
Responsive bidder. So we would do a
How about lowest responsible bidder?
basically it's the same. Yes, responsible. One question that we just have to ask as we're pulling together this manual is: are there any environmental hazards at the project site that you're aware of?
None that I'm aware of.
Other than the wetlands?
No.
Yep, no wetlands at this site actually.
Oh, okay.
So we had the wetland delineation done. Yep. Otherwise, we'd recommend, as far as sometimes we have bidders submit a list of subcontractors with their bid. But with this project, having that done after their bid, after they've been awarded the contract, is sufficient. It's not an overly technical project, and that seems sufficient in this case. But are there any required progress meetings that the town feels they would need for this?
For something like that, probably not.
Yeah, that's what we wouldn't recommend, or any formal requirement. I mean, there will be check-ins and things, but if they're kind of set in the contract, then
Well, I think as soon as the schedule is determined.
When we get the date of start,
yeah,
we can probably give you a schedule. I'm sure we can give you a schedule of our meetings. And if we could just get a report, I mean, I don't think it really requires you to come to the meeting unless there's some real big question. But
right, more from something that we can provide you as
so
how it's going. Essentially.
progress.
Yeah, that'll certainly happen.
What about retainage?
Retainage for federally funded and state funded projects, retainage is not allowed.
Okay.
So there would be no retainage on this project.
Okay.
Working hours 7 to 7 is often typical, but that's kind of up to it is.
Yeah, I
There's
don't think
houses
there's any
nearby and
houses
stuff like that.
Right
So
next to it.
There's houses on both sides.
Yeah.
so you could limit that a little bit. rather than
Yeah.
5
No, I
or
think
something like
I think 7 to 7 is probably good. You don't want them starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, but
that. Right.
you know.
Yeah, if you want to try to end by 5 or something. Yeah, 7 to 7 is typical. And then payment terms, 21 days is pretty typical. So like basically there'll be pay applications will be submitted monthly by the contractor. We'll review them as the engineer.
Usually, it can take 14 days to get a check out the door,
Okay. Right. So
depending on timing. So I
it's
think
21
20
days.
is 21 days.
Yeah, we can make it.
now's your time to change it if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, and then the only other thing would be staging. The plan would just be for the contractor to stage along the roadway where they can, essentially in the right of way, unless there's another area nearby
Well, is
the
there
town has access to.
there's going to be an easement on some part of the property, so
Right.
I would think they can make some room.
Yeah, within the easement would be available basically,
Right.
but otherwise, yeah, that would kind of be the area unless there's something else that the town has nearby that could offer, but it's not necessary.
I don't think there's anything nearby that the town can offer.
Yeah.
But if you do end up putting it on, even though there's an easement, if you do end up putting it on somebody's private property, it needs to be brought back to the condition that it was before you put it on their property.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be within the contract.
Well, and everything's kind of subject to whoever you award it to is going to have to come in and have a chat.
Yeah, right. Their means and methods, basically, of how they're going to get the project done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what their needs are, what we can accommodate.
Yeah. So yeah, those were kind of just some of the big questions for the contract itself. So then once those other items, the bonds and insurance, the easements, and the scenic road designation are
Yeah.
resolved, then we can move forward with bidding. We'll be pretty much ready to go.
He keeps forgetting about FEMA. That's all right.
So you're right, and the
And FEMA, right. Right.
Cool.
costs. Yep.
And these other projects, we're just looking for engineering money. And have you given Audrey those figures for what we might need for Sodom or Union Wharf?
I think we have those, right? Those came in an email a couple weeks ago.
We're under contract.
Right.
And so will probably get updated once town meeting goes through.
Right. Basically, the other two, Union Wharf and Canaan, are already
Yeah.
sorted and
Okay.
But we have enough information to put a warrant article together for an expendable trust for this engineering,
Engineering.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Great.
yeah. So I think that's everything I have, unless there's any other questions or.
Well, we're going to be here all day, so we can sit around and chat if you want. But
Yeah, I didn't bring my cribbage board.
oh, that's a good thing, Bob.
We'd really be here all day.
I'm reading Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire.
Oh, that's a light read. Nice.
It's only 1,200 pages, but I'm hoping to get through some of it today.
All right.
So
think we're
you're
good.
You're the point person on these projects for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And Chris is there to.
And you are Trevor, right?
I'm Trevor. Yes. I should have introduced myself. I think I met with you guys once with Chris a couple of years ago.
I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
remember Ed. He used to come down,
Okay.
but he doesn't come down anymore.
Yeah. He's off doing other things these days.
Flying. Whatever he does.
Flying and weather. And,
Oh, right. He's the weather guy now.
yeah. He goes
20
Do you-
cents on today.
Do you have a presentation for? I mean, we can schedule a planning board meeting.
So we're not scoped for that, I guess, is the one thing.
No?
We
Now we'll just do it at.
we discussed that.
Do we
If
have-
you'd like us to be involved, we can, but we'll see to put together a
As
little
long as we know the
agreement
scope.
modification to add that
we're
in. We
fine.
can help out.
Do we have all of that? Do we have the scope? Do we?
I'll touch base. I'll circle back.
Okay.
I'm sure Trevor has maps or whatever of this job.
Yeah, and I've done this in a previous life, so
Okay.
we'll make it happen.
Okay.
And he'll tell me if
Yeah,
you
you
don't have
can
any
let
dollars.
Well, I just need to have the presentation material
Yeah.
to the planning board, and I'm sure that decision will come pretty quickly. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, Trevor.
Good
Good to see you.
Yep, you as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
Next.
Cobalt. Woody's here.
Woody's here.
Yeah, I saw Woody out there a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
Come on in, Woody.
Yeah, you should bring your courage for because did you get Audrey's email
Hello.
where it's
Hey, Woody.
Hey Bob, how you doing?
we should have
Good to see you, sir.
shouldn't have selectmen.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
I thought that was cute.
Fucking bored.
Right.
Going in front of the hot seat.
Come on in.
Hey
Yep.
Chip, how you doing, sir? Good to see you again. Oh, I'm not gonna sit in front of you.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
on
see what I
camera.
turn.
Your turn. I'm on camera.
Yeah, you are.
Bob, I didn't-
Live to the world.
It's a lot of pressure.
All right, so how are we doing?
We are looking good. We are right on schedule. We're finishing up our electrical rough, our plumbing roughs going on. We're dealing with the ceilings, drywall, plywood,
Yeah.
getting everything ready. We're right on schedule for them to all be done by February 2nd for our walkthrough.
Good.
Should have all roughs done. Night security is there today. They're finishing up.
Straightening up their wires.
They're straightening up their wires. They weren't done. So everything's being addressed.
So did I understand that there used to be a wall in between the two bays of the Sally Port, and now there's no longer going to be a wall?
There used to there was one on the plans.
Yeah.
And yes, we no longer have that wall.
So why do we have two doors? Interior doors,
It's a 2-car garage.
but there's no wall in the middle.
I don't have a wall in the middle of my garage.
Yeah,
either.
same. I mean, it
I
doesn't.
guess when they removed that wall, we could have maybe gone to one door, but they just kept two.
Chain link fence,
So there is going to be a barrier
because I
in
have
between.
to have that second bay secured in case there's an evidence in there.
Okay.
So that's why you don't see anything on the plan. The
Okay.
original plans had little chain link fence kind of thing between them. So, and then when we moved plans over, I don't think that was carried over. So it
Okay.
should be chain link.
All right. So there is going to be a
Eventually,
barrier.
yeah,
Fair
there should
enough.
be
That's
something
what
there.
that's showing.
So who's doing that?
Don't know.
I'll write that in my notes.
Good idea.
Yes, sir.
And do you know where you're going to drill the holes to mount the flanges for the chain link fence, so you don't drill through the radiant tubing?
That's pretty big, right?
Yep. Maybe, I don't know if Kyle took pictures, but that's a pretty important thing to know.
Yes, it is, to make sure we don't hit anything. I will address both those issues.
And now that we've got water piping going through the garage,
Yeah.
that's susceptible to freezing. I know that we've got a unit heater in there, and there's been some discussion about the radiant heat,
Hooking the loop up.
hooking the loop up,
in
the
there.
radiant heat.
Yes, that would be very smart.
Why do we need both?
Both what?
Unit
Oh,
heaters
The
and radiant. If we're running radiant, why do we need a unit heater?
I believe if we're
Unit-
on the radiant, then we should be okay.
yeah, probably run it until the radiant kicks up to temperature and then turn it off. I mean,
Well, if we're going to
you
be,
don't want to go to from a cold building and have the radiant trying to burn.
no, of course not. But if you're going to be running the radiant, you're going to be running it consistently. You're not going to be turning it on and off, because that's not how radiant works. You're going to be setting it at 50, 55 degrees. You're going to run it consistently.
Yep, it's gonna be.
Why do we need a unit heater if we're going to be running the radiant consistently?
But we don't have a boiler yet. So when's that happening?
Has the unit heater been purchased? I mean, I think it's a question that needs to be asked.
Yes, I will ask
Because if we're going to run the radiant and hook it up, I don't think we need a unit heater. That's what I'm getting at.
Got you.
If I haven't made that clear already.
Yeah, I think we got to get to the insulation level.
Yeah. Do we have luck? Did we seal down the insulation and drywall contracts?
We had
Get those
some.
back.
Insulation,
Yeah,
do we do drywall?
I thought we did.
I think we did too.
Okay. So they're set on both.
I believe so.
Okay. Because those were my two only items that I needed to know.
Yep. If we eliminate the unit heater, that'll pay for the connection of the radiant.
Yep. And I'll ask Chris about that.
Yeah. Hopefully he's got the boiler in stock. I think he had gotten everything he needed for this job at some point. That's what I was being told.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll call Kyle. I leave.
Conversation.
I'll talk to Kyle.
needs to be had.
Yeah. There you go.
And we're being asked to revisit or whatever, sign a contract for the general contracting work, outside work, the excavation, etc.
Site work, yes.
That's happened. Already.
I'm sorry.
You did that.
I know it's somewhere.
Yeah, but we have a contract in here to sign now.
Is that the same company?
I don't know what you're referring to.
All right. Where is that then?
Action items.
It's the next one down. I think it's the one.
What's the name of the company?
Eastway Contracting Group.
Yeah, they're not site work.
Eastway is the drywall.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Eastway is drywall. That's why you're confused. And
Okay.
You haven't done the drywall one yet because
So
Eastway is them.
Yeah, we awarded it. Now we've got a contract.
Now you got a contract.
Now we have a contract. Okay, so we just have to sign this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The site guy is Nate Howard.
Right.
That makes-
Eastway.
that makes more
Is he
sense.
coming back anytime soon? or-
Yes, can't really do much site work right now there.
Yeah, because they've got some. I mean, some steps would be nice.
Oh, I'm gonna build something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that front door. I'll have some steps built there, make it a little safer going in and out for sure.
Well, I just worry about the chief, actually.
Okay. There's no amount on this contract. There's only a reference to proposal with scope of work and payment amount. And-
The appendix wasn't there.
Well, this is your appendix.
Okay, sorry, we're missing a page.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, with that, with the insulation and the sheetrock awarded, we're all awarded, as far as I can see on our scope of work sheet. This one, I don't know if you copy this.
Yes, we do still have to get the highlighted items under formal contract.
Okay, so the only one we've got left that I can, another two, is the ceiling. So that's not part of the drywall.
The
That's
suspended
something
ceiling?
different.
Yeah, suspended ceiling. The ACT would be acoustical ceiling.
I thought we awarded that already.
Right,
I thought
that's
so
not
too.
the contract.
Just like
Not
this.
on the contract.
Okay.
And epoxy in the garage floor.
That should be on the set.
GS Bolton. I thought we signed that.
I saw something you guys signed that, I
Yeah.
believe,
Yeah,
for the epoxy.
that should be.
So theoretically, we should come in on
Yeah, I
million
remember
eight
doing
32,389. Is that true?
Theoretically.
Okay, good. So that's
Change.
it's $232,000 under budget. Not bad.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, we still have some stuff to do.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We haven't furnished it yet either.
For instance, no, it's in there.
Is it?
Well, we have a placeholder.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And we have some changes that we
He
gotta
hasn't
do with
picked
like
out
the
his window
garage
treatments
doors.
yet.
What's your plan on that? I mean, we heard one idea from
About what?
the garage door.
The track.
We only have 1.5 inches between the track or the motor
Yes,
and
we
the
will.
ceiling.
We're gonna come up with a solution on that one.
Okay.
And I talked to Jack this morning over there about putting the 1x6 around and attaching the tracks to that, and then we could drywall to that.
Right, on the walls.
Yes, on the walls.
Right. Then he was talking about using a drop track for the,
Yeah,
Bring
we
it
will
down.
figure out the best way to make that transition. Right now, it's very tight to the top of the ceiling.
and I did, I'm looking at the door and I've only built occasionally, but it doesn't appear as though the door itself is tight to the ceiling. It just seems like the track is running up really close to the ceiling. So was that a design problem on our end, or was the issue there?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Because it's a 10-foot door, right?
No, it's 9 foot 10 inches wide by 8 feet high.
8-foot door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
10-foot ceiling. So should have plenty of space.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are going to spend a little bit of money making these corrections. Would it be worthwhile exploring putting on a different operator? The one that mounts on the side of the shaft versus
I will ask Chris about that. Yeah,
Way
it
the-
could be. We
Yeah.
could do a side as opposed to the.
going through all
Or
this
just make
crap?
it manual. You guys need to work out a little bit. Make it manual. Just like the old days. All right, and the sheetrock's coming in the 1st of February, or the insulation. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And at what point do we do the ballistic stuff in the lobby area and the?
That'll come shortly thereafter.
So that's going to go on before the sheetrock.
Yeah, the ballistic walls. Yeah.
Okay.
But after the installation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will check exactly because there's a couple different ways. I'll have to see exactly how if we're gonna do the installation and then the board.
Right. Okay.
Probably do some kind of wiring, keep it in, and then that way you can insulate it. Go right over it with the ballistic board.
And there was some talk about running conduit, PVC through the ceiling where the IT stuff's coming in.
Yeah.
Are you still doing that?
I remember the conversation, but I don't exactly remember why we were going to do that.
Yeah, just let me know if that's the plan.
Just for
So
to allow for future.
For future just to
Technology.
come through. You're just talking about a PVC
Yeah,
just to be able to
just an empty
run a
pipe
wire.
from the IT jack.
Yep.
Just a half inch or 3/4 inch conduit right up into the attic.
Yeah.
Empty.
Are
And
you coming on the second for the
Yes.
walk around? Okay, so that's also set up for Lakes Region Computers walk.
They're going to come through
Yeah.
too.
He will be there.
Yeah, for that walkthrough.
Okay.
And then we'll spend the rest of that week doing whatever we need to do to
put
before
the
we
IT
insulate.
together.
Okay. So we can talk about that
Anything
then.
that's missed, that's when we're gonna handle it that next week,
Okay.
the next week and a half before we.
All right. Whether we do this or not, it's not going to stop progress.
Yeah,
I'm
just leave it.
just trying to think for the future.
Of course.
Technology's going to change.
Well, and it's the same reason we talked about putting heat and food in the garage. There's no reason for it to be there other than if you want to expand the police department, that's the place to go.
Yep.
And it should be-
With wet vehicles coming in, bringing in snow,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's just gonna help everything if we
Yeah.
didn't
Yep.
have that floor heating. It's
Is the fence, the entrance fence yours or Cobalt's?
yes,
It's a combination,
it's a combination. I think we own some of it,
and the prior contractor owns some of it.
and then
Okay, 'cause-
the original site guy owns some of it.
right. So at
That-
some point in time, we're gonna make that cut the cord actually and write a letter to the former contractor.
To remove everything that he has left there.
Well, yeah, and other things. But are you guys prepared to replace whatever
Yes,
section?
of course. Whatever we would need to do, we will take care of. As far as the fencing goes.
Yeah, just so it's a little seamless, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Good. And the doors are coming in? Outside doors.
The front entry door should be in the first week of February,
And
and then hopefully be installed the
Side and
second
rear.
week.
the side and the rear in it, right?
They're in. Yeah.
Okay.
We just need to put push bars in. The back door, we removed the slab and put a piece of plywood because that's how we're running heat.
Right, oh,
We had to
okay.
cut the hole and run our 18-inch
Yeah.
Hmm.
vent in, so that one is a fixed panel right now. We just took the slab off.
And that's going to stay like that.
Until we can actually have heat inside the building and
Right.
regulate the temperature.
Right. Well, we're not going to run any coil. We're not going to run any air.
Right.
You're talking about just turning on the radiant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that space is all set. Am I right? Up above that the stairs go to where the equipment for
Yep,
running.
Yeah.
all that
Oh
is-
yeah, all that is set.
That's all done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And yeah, Scott said that he'd be moving up there at some point in time to finish up the wiring plan upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you met with the interior person, Mrs. Stockman? Oh, I thought you did.
Seen or heard from her.
Because she stopped in at the town office. I thought that she was going there to see you, but
Okay.
I know she's been walking through and looking at it. I think she has a plan, but I think it might be more reasonable if you were to set up some kind of meeting with her prior to that walkthrough in February. So if there are changes, we can make the changes.
Okay.
And is,
All right.
are you, is it Woody?
Yep.
Do you know her, Mrs. Stockman? No?
I don't believe I do.
Okay. Yeah, no, when she was there, it was
She's been dealing with Chris.
Chris, right?
And it's still not premature because it's gonna be like paint colors, rug floor colors.
Right.
furniture. We're moving
I
away
can-
from the pink thing.
Well, I think the furniture's
No
gonna
peach
happen
either.
at some point in time. I mean, so I think a dialogue needs to get started, that's
Yeah.
all.
All right, yeah, I'll reach out to her just to.
Because Bob is colorblind, so he didn't want to get involved in this.
All right.
And, yeah, and
Oh, and I did meet with her for the first time the week before last with Chris.
so you did
About,
meet her.
about
Okay.
all the design, yes.
Yeah,
About
okay.
flooring,
Yeah,
about colors for the FRP. Yes, we went over a bunch of things with her.
good, good.
And we have started that back and forth. Sorry.
So I want to,
I
that's,
thought you were
that's
talking
fine.
about somebody else.
I just want to include the chief in there because I
Yes.
don't want him walking in with all the stuff done and saying, I
And
hate
saying
it.
who did this and
Yeah,
why.
who- whose idea was this? You know, he started, and he's armed, so he could do damage.
Yeah. Don't make me paint.
Yeah, I don't want you paying. I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
Dave? Good?
All right, good.
Anything,
All right, gentlemen,
anything
so
else?
No,
Coming in.
All right.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All
You
right.
have a great day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you,
You
Chief.
too.
Thanks, Woody.
I'll see you.
Appreciate it.
You got
Um,
plowed and sanded.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
good.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
I need 2 minutes.
Are you gonna need a bag?
A bag? No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, my.
You want to pause this for 2 minutes?
Pause it, I think.
Be right back.
I'll do that.
All right. We're on. Police update. Hey, Chief.
Morning. I'll be quick here. Don't have too much for you. All right, so as you can see, we've had a couple alarms and we've had a call out for an untimely death for the month of December. Let's see, December, the whole department did use of force training that's mandated by the police standards and training. And some of the officers finished up on the required online training, which is implicit bias, officer wellness, and ethics, which are mandated by the police standards and training as well to get done on a calendar year. And Sergeant LaFave did a fishing course online, which is supplied by our IT representative as far as some online training as well. Community policing stats are up, directed patrols are up, citations are up, accidents are up, arrests are up, and felonies are down. We're close to last year for just longer investigations, but we're down a little bit there, and our calls for service are up quite a bit. In regards to anything special to pass along to you guys other than that breakdown of the felonies, when I met with you guys mid to end December, I kind of rolled December stuff into November, so I don't really have much to say to you at this point, other than we're plugging away.
Good. Anything trending that we need to be concerned about?
There's been a reported uptick of fraud and that type of thing, especially right before the holidays. There was a possibility where we were getting 2 to 3 calls to the PD per day to say, hey, I just received this call or I just got this email. So we do see an uptick before the holidays, where I think that a lot of reasons, you want your free gift card, then, reply to this, things that would be seasonal, seem to bring an uptick. We did not have anybody, become a victim of that stuff. I think that what I would love to say is, if in doubt, please call the police department. We can kind of work through it with somebody before they become a victim. So I can say that I don't recall any victims of these. They were just reporting them and inquiring how they should handle this type of thing. So that seems to be the biggest kick right now. Our accidents obviously are up. We've had quite a few deer strikes lately. For December, we had a good number. Not really sure, other than maybe it's a food source as to why the deer are moving, but we did have a good number of deer strikes with motor vehicles. So that's always going to up our stat for that.
And you said that was just this past month?
Well, it's we have a lot of deer in Tuftonboro, so I mean it's something that we do routinely. It's just that we get some influxes, and December for some reason was a good number of hits. So compared to some other years or months. Sometimes we get some in the summertime because the deer flies are just driving them out of the woods and they need to cross the road, and next thing you know, a vehicle's there. So it's a give and take, but we did have a good number of those. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know of any concerns to bring forward to you at this point. I did go down and meet with the electricians at the building. There was a question about where light switches were going to go in the processing area that was brought to Jack's attention. So he asked me to go down. I met with the Thompson crew down there, and pretty much what we fleshed out was, I do not want to walk in from a Sally Port with my hands full with a prisoner and then have to seek out a light switch. So I asked them to put motion sensors in there so that when we walk into the main area, a light will go on. And then things like the holding cell or the bathroom, we can have light switches on the outside of those walls for those buildings. Because put somebody in a holding cell, we can turn the light on, and that's fine. So I kind of worked all that out. Other than that, it's looking great. I appreciate everybody there working and being diligent, doing their job. They're doing a great job. So I've been very pleased, and I'm very excited.
Are we doing Decora switches? The rocker type, or the flip switch?
The way that they were, I don't know about the switches themselves. I know that in regards to the motion sensors, there was something that goes right into the box. So they'll do like 180 degrees. So it's not anything in the ceiling or anything like that. They're just running right to a box and putting a motion in there. But I am not 100% sure on the physical switches as to what they're going to use. We did not have that discussion.
All right. Well, that's something to think about too.
Okay.
I mean, I think Decoras are a little bit more money, but you can hit them with your elbow and turn them on rather than having to flip a switch.
Okay.
And that'll come down to your preference, I guess.
Okay.
If you're concerned about flipping switches or being able to hit it with your elbow with your hands full, something to think about.
Okay, super. And then when we were waiting to come in here, Woody and I went through a plan as far as what kind of where access will be keyed, where it'll be fobs, that kind of deal. So we just went over that out there. So he's got that information on his little schematic, so that he knows how to just kind of fine tune those things, whether it be with night security or Thompson, So we should be good with that. Other than that,
All right. Cool.
it's looking great.
So
I'm very excited.
you've got a police cruiser sitting out there with no decals on it, or are you selling that one?
The silver one that is in the parking lot is the one in the
You're
auction.
opening bids in a few minutes.
Yep.
Got bids.
We did
Oh, we
receive
have
some
bids.
bids. So
Yep.
I
4.
think you'll be making a decision today.
Yep.
And short from me pulling the rear seat out of the town hall basement and taking the plates off, Officer Bodette has been starting it and moving it and doing all that really good stuff. So we're ready to roll when you guys are. Yep.
Good.
And then that won't be there.
Good.
And we're gonna do more articles today. You currently have $24,523 in your capital reserve for police cruisers.
Okay,
And we talked about not getting a police cruiser in 26.
correct. My next one's slotted for 28.
Right.
28.
So I think
28.
Going 2 years without.
we can look at
Okay.
building this over time as opposed to
Needing it immediately.
Right.
putting a
Yeah.
whole amount of
Yeah.
money in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I initially had a concern when we get into, I don't have it in front of me, like 20, 30, 31, 32. There were going to be like 3 years that were back to back. So I questioned whether the one coming up in 28 should be bumped to 27 to offset that a little bit. But there wasn't too much concern about that. So I think we're still on schedule for 28 being the next one.
Okay. And so if you get, what did you say is in there? 24,000?
Yeah.
Is that enough to equip a vehicle?
No, I think the last one was 80 grand.
No, to equip.
Yes, if I'm
Close.
only going by memory, but I think that we were around 19,000 for the
Okay.
equipment.
And in 2 years, what do you anticipate a cruiser's going to be? 60, 65?
Yeah,
So if
Yeah.
we put 30,000
Yeah.
this year, 30,000 next year,
Yeah.
we should be good.
I think so.
yeah, I think so. I was I'm like high 80s, I think, right now, but I purchased a new computer for that new cruiser as part of that. If my plan goes accordingly, for my 26 budget, I'll order 2 replacement computers, and that'll get all of my cruiser computers up to date, which means that when 28 rolls around, we'll still be in that window that I won't have to purchase $6,000 worth of computer software,
And if we-
equipment.
If we do, let's say 30 or 35,000 this year, we could still have the same discussion for 28.
Mhm.
Maybe he wants to break those years up a little bit, and we'll just get a cruiser in 28
Sure.
because it's a little breathing room.
But I think it's smart to put
Yeah.
half of it in this year.
Cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And everything else is in the police budget, police station budget. There's no additional equipment or.
Nope. I have some earmarks and capital improvements for tasers in 27, I think, and then thank you. Gives me something with really small writing, and I didn't bring my glasses, so
1.5.
tasers. Let's see. Yeah, so tasers in 27, and then we're looking 5 years out from last year for replacement of body cams. So 2030 will be body cams, about 33,000, I think, is what was in there, and tasers are roughly going to be about 30,000 for next year. So that's 27.
Right.
Those are the only things I have budgeted outside of my operating budget. Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
And I wasn't at the last budget committee meeting. Are we doing uniforms and whatnot in a expendable trust?
No. They voted to approve my budget as is, with the discussion that we should look at some type of a trust down the road. I left my concern open that, things like higher end maintenance for the cruisers, uniforms, that kind of deal. We should have another discussion when that time comes as to how much we're going to put into that trust, because I think that we may want to keep that stuff in my operating budget. I have spoken to other chiefs that have that, they call it a replacement equipment fund. So if something goes down, a taser goes down, a portable radio goes down, they can dip into that. It doesn't affect their operating budget. They seem to like it, but again, it would be up to you folks as to whether you want to, get the police department set up with one of those. And I think the discussion is, the seed's been planted. Would that sound?
Yeah.
You
So
agree
it's
with that?
still on the radar.
Yeah,
It's just not
it is.
happening
It's
this
not
year.
happening as far as I know.
Okay.
I think Mr. Morrison did make a comment about whether they were going to look at maybe trying to put a small amount into some fund, but you'll have to just clarify that with them, because I don't know if that was just a statement that kind of got washed out, or I'm not sure.
Basically start the fund and give it seed money.
Yeah.
How do you
So-
feel about that? Taking it out of your operating budget and putting it into an expendable trust?
For 26, I do not want to see anything come out of my operating budget. I really did what I could to flatline it from last year, knowing that we would have a new police department. So I was very thankful when the board of selectmen and the budget committee passed my budget as is. I think all understanding that I don't have a lot of room to have something come out of my operating budget for 26. So either I guess you find it somewhere else, or maybe we wait until have a discussion for planning 27.
Well, if
Would
it
be
came
my-
out of your
my
operating budget, that amount would go over to an expendable trust. So it's not like you would lose it.
It's not like you'd lose it, right? Yeah, I get it. I do have some in. I do have some that's built into the equipment line item for 26 that probably could be moved over, but that is a plan to earmark that closer to the end of 26. If I haven't needed it for any reason, then that's where the MDTs for the two cruisers are going to come out of. But if we just have that understanding that if you move it over, that we can still do that, then I don't see any loss on my end. I really don't.
There is a loss on our end, however. I mean, I'm gonna really reject any idea of taking all of these items out of the operating budget and forming all of these multiple trust accounts. Those just sit there. We ended this year with $8,000 that we could put into the fund balance. If you keep chipping away at the budget with these little teeny trust accounts, we'll end up with nothing to put in. And $8,000 is virtually nothing. So I think we need to leave all of the general operating expenses in the operating budget. He's going to buy uniforms when he needs to buy uniforms. He's going to buy pistols when he needs to buy pistols. He's going to buy radios when he needs to buy radios. But we need to resist this effort to try, because we can't take money out of the past warrant articles and move it into the fund balance. It doesn't work that way. It just sits there.
Yeah, that's a bigger budget question than I think we need to have the chief around for. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want him falling into the trap of saying, "Okay, I'll move all of this stuff." I mean,
But
we all need to be on the same page. That's all I'm saying.
I did request to reserve the right, to turn around and have some input in that, because I do think a lot of that stuff that was suggested to me, coming out of my line items to go into a trust, was things that I'm not sure those are the things that need to be moved.
Mhm.
If you want it there as a savings plan in case something happens and we need that contingency money, then I think that I understand why other towns do it. But I don't know that it's smart to move stuff out of my operating budget. So I agree with that. But I did ask for that point that we need to have another discussion on that. And I think Mr. Pike had made a comment about, that should be something that I should be involved in down the road for a discussion when we're getting ready to think about it again. So it was just touched on. There were no decisions that I'm aware of that were made.
Well, regardless of everybody's feelings at this table, the discussion is not going to go away. So we got to be prepared to have the discussion again. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate David's position, and I'm going to give you one more sentence. It can go away. There's no way for the budget committee to create a warrant article. There's no way for that to happen. So when they say, well, we're going to create a little fund for the police chief's equipment, no, they're not. And at some point in time, we got to stand up and say, no, they're not. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you guys govern what I do, and if you guys feel that this is not the direction that we need to go, then I'm right on board with you. I mean, it's okay. Either way, whatever you guys decide when that time comes.
I realize that at the end of the day, you'll find a way to make it work.
I will. I'll do my best. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Keep up the good work, Chief. Thank
All
you.
right, thank
Careful.
All right. Library. Come on up, guys and gals.
Video technicians.
How you guys
So we're-
doing?
We are doing okay. Things are good.
What's 2026 looking like for you?
I'm hopeful for good things. It should be good. I mean, we ended 2025 okay. We came in under budget a little bit, and we already sent back the unexpended funds from 2025. So, and we're flatlining for 2026. So we didn't increase anything, but
Was there a COLA at all?
Yeah.
There was the COLA though.
there was a COLA and then a
Right.
couple of merit increases.
Yeah. So nothing
as
about that.
warranted, but
Nothing about that.
nothing above that. Everything else was totally the same,
Yep.
and we came in a little under, not as much as we had in previous years, but we've been giving back anything that we haven't spent. So.
Anything left in your building fund?
We definitely still have money, and that's an ongoing discussion as to. I mean, there's things that I would like to spend money on personally, but it's only a small percentage of what's actually there. So it's definitely a
Well, are
ongoing
there
question
building
that we have to decide.
Are there building needs? I mean, should we be looking at raising any money for the library?
Oh no, nothing.
Okay,
There's nothing.
furnace, electric.
No, we're good for all of that, and I think we have the money in reserve if we have unexpended,
Unexpected.
unexpected
Unexpected.
Yeah.
stuff that comes up. Yeah, we should
And I
be
know we
fine.
paved it when we did the construction,
Yes,
so your paving's fine.
yes, we are due to have the lines repainted,
Okay.
so that needs to happen in the spring.
Do you have a company that does that?
We do not. I mean, we prefer to do whatever the town has done, like whenever possible.
Is that
At some
is
point,
that
it
fall?
does-
Lakes Region Striping.
All right? That's who.
That's who I've used in the past. That's who I've used at the county. They do a great job, short money. It's not going to be expensive to restripe your parking lot.
All right.
But give them a call if you need a number. I can
All right.
set you up with a number.
Yeah,
The
whenever
town pays for the outside.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the town pays for that.
Oh, so we do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that outside stuff goes to the town.
Oh,
so-
okay.
I mean, I don't like
That's-
coordinating
so that's
it,
road
and
agent.
arranging all of it, but whenever possible, I want to use the same
Right.
companies and people that you use. We also have trees that need to come down, that have to come down this year
okay.
before they fall.
Are any of these trees in danger of injuring people? Or cars, building?
Potentially, yeah. If they come down, they could come down in the direction of the parking lot in the building. So it's.
Okay, so you need to talk to the road agent.
I have
Okay.
several times.
And has he,
No. I've talked to Jack. I've talked to the road agent. I've sent emails.
We make a note for us to
They need to.
give them a poke in the ribs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's around actually the area where the fire pond is.
Mhm.
There's, we had somebody come in that was like a tree expert. They didn't do that type of removal, but they said, yeah, it's that. I don't know if they're poplars or
Ash.
Ash,
they were like, he said, yeah, they live about 70, 80 years and then they all kind of like die at the same time. So it wasn't anything.
It wasn't.
It wasn't anything that was like infected with that, like the ash trees are, but you'll see them. There's like half a dozen in the area of the fire pond that are, and they're starting to like.
What's left of the fire pond? That water is pretty low.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
moly.
Come up,
Has it?
come up
Some.
quite a ways.
Yeah? Okay. I just have a vision of looking at it and I'm
I know
seeing
Chief's on it.
all sorts of dirt. I'm glad you're optimistic.
Oh,
Yep.
The Williams one that's right up the street is, but all of them
Yeah,
somewhat look
right.
like that. The only one that
Right.
doesn't look like that is Blazing's up on Mountain Road.
Mhm.
It never drops. So. But I'll take a look at those around the pond.
if you would, and maybe you'll have a little more influence on the road agent or
Yeah.
however we want to get that done.
It's been mentioned to him, but it's
Yeah, I know he's got money in his. He's got tree money.
yeah.
He's got tree money.
Yeah, they've been doing tree work. I mean, he's working on roads,
Yeah.
so
Sections of them are coming down, like they're falling apart, like big sections are coming down. So
Yeah.
if you look at, they kind of look almost like birch trees at the top, but they're not. They're all the
Okay.
same type of trees, and they're all like going at the same time. So
Okay.
What's up?
else,
Anything?
recommended reading.
Always.
Like nonfiction. I've been selling one of his Cod. It's called The History
Oh, yeah,
of
the
the
fish.
World. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I read that one actually.
So,
You have a tome to read still.
That's right. I'm just starting again the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire.
oh, you're brave.
That'll be a while.
oh yeah, that is brave. We have
You
Ty-
can do it in Latin.
Ty Gagney is coming in March to do a presentation. So
Oh, good.
I've been trying to get him to commit to a date for a couple of years now. And he finally.
And you still having cribbage on, was it Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
We do.
Yeah. I can't wait to return.
Yes. That's why we don't want those trees coming down.
Right.
Yeah.
At night. That would not be fun.
Yeah, we can't lose the selectmen. Citizens, so much.
All right. Anything else for the library?
Good.
Good. All right. Keep up the
Thanks
good
for
work.
coming
Thank
in.
you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for everything you
Thank
do.
you.
That's,
We'll stay on that tree issue.
okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Fire department update. Try not to yell fire in the room. And chastised for yelling fire.
Did you guys get a chance to look through
To glance at yes.
for the weekend?
Yep.
So we're up by 12 calls actually for the year, and
Medical fire.
a little of everything. It's not specifically as far as
EMS is
medical
up.
fire. EMS is up, but the fire calls are up also as far as it goes. We ended at 658 calls for the year of 2025. A couple of unusual items that we're going out for now, specifically this year, where there's a lot of ice, is large animal rescue, where we have that equipment cached at Melvin Village Station that was donated to us. We've been called 3 times now for that. And, 2 were in the same day. 1 we didn't go to because the equipment was still in Sandwich, and it was quite a ways down south. For the second one that someone had inquired about, and there was equipment in between us and there, so there's probably really no need for us to go. There's equipment in Chichester, and I believe there's some equipment in Bedford also that we know about. And you would have to be requested, but we were special requested by a vet that had worked with us. We weren't requested for the fire department in that area, which they would have to. Sandwich special requested because they know that the equipment's here in town. And last night, Wakefield had requested it. They had a horse down, but they were able to get it back up fairly quickly. But we had started out for that and just got canceled.
So what do you do? Take me through
So-
a simple scenario.
So
If you get a horse that's
basically,
down.
simple scenario as far as a horse is down, depending on where it is, if you can get equipment to it, or if it's in a barn, then you would just rig up a rope system. But our equipment that was donated is basically harnesses and stuff that are specially made to lift large animals, and it has a large spreader bar that goes over the top of them, whether you hooked it up to a backhoe, or, you know, a tractor type of thing. And
Mhm.
again, if it's in a barn, then a tripod, or, you know, from the barn areas. And it's made to go underneath them and around them. And
How do you get
and
it
lift-
underneath them?
And you in some cases they're sedated by the vet that's on scene, and then you
Roll it?
slide everything underneath them as far as it goes, and work it under.
Yeah.
It's quite a project.
I imagine.
The training that we went through was pretty extensive as far as it goes, and we're going to try to get another one for this year, to get some more people trained in it. But it's a lot better way than trying to pick them up with, you know, a rope or some thin straps and stuff like that I've seen,
Hmm.
you know, online and things. It's all specialty stuff that was donated to our department to do so.
Do you have similar equipment for bariatric resident?
There
people?
is some similar stuff in the state caches. Right now, it's located in Effingham. As far as like equipment stretchers for bariatric patients, as far as it goes, the closest one was Conway, but they moved it down to Effingham, and that's all owned by the state, and we're able to get a hold of it by special requesting. And then on the other side of the lake would be some.
But it's available.
It is available. Our stretcher currently will hold someone up to 750 pounds.
But getting them onto the stretcher is
Getting them
the
on is something else.
is the
Yes.
trick.
So, and as you can see, that there was multiple different calls, not just
Excuse me.
not just your run of the mill items as far as it goes. We've had a few car accidents. We had a structure fire at 276 Governor Wentworth Highway. We had a fairly substantial motor vehicle accident in front of 276 Governor Wentworth Highway a couple days before the fire,
Dangerous place.
where a vehicle went, basically blew a tree right out of the ground as far as it goes. The vehicle was 1 day old. But person went to the hospital, so minor injuries as far as that goes. But it was quite a scene as far as it goes.
276. Where's that? That's heading towards Melvin.
That is just before 20 Mile Bay. The brick house
Okay.
is 276. The fire at 276 came in as a fire alarm activation. Our first units on scene had nothing showing. One of the firefighters, two firefighters that live nearby, were doing a walk around from the exterior. One of them thought they had seen smoke coming up over the back of the building, and sure enough, the back of the barn was on fire and burning its way inside as far as it goes. So it got up into the floor system and into the walls, but we saved the building from, you know, substantial damage as far as it goes because there was early notification.
Wow.
It's not one that people are in every day during the year as far as it goes. And I haven't heard back what the value was as far as damage wise, but we had to cut a hole in the floor to get to underneath it. Basically, the section where the fire was contained to is like a 50 by 26 barn area that's finished off inside. So it's kind of unique, but the whole thing's like 126 feet long, so it could have been a substantial building. So, again, everything that is here is just a quick overview of what's going on. We don't really list out the medical calls and things like that because because of HIPAA as far as
Mhm.
different things. And as you know, like the untimely death that the chief was talking about, we just give a road name. We don't give a specific location.
Yep.
So we did have a furnace issue that originally we went to early in the morning. It was like 1:45 in the morning. Our initial call with that, we found CO in the residence. It was a new furnace that had been put in. We couldn't tell whether or not if it was a furnace at that point in time, or if there was also a gas stove that was there where we were getting readings around. So the homeowner had shut the furnace off, and we shut off the gas appliance that was there, and vented everything out, and they were going to have a tech come out. They had a tech. The CO alarm came on again after restarting the new furnace. And this time we did a walk around, and we noticed that the venting for the furnace was improper. It was venting out under a deck and just coming back in the old venting that was still there in place had not been taken out yet. So that's how the CO was getting back into the building. We inspected it later on in the week, and that's all situated. They're supposed to vent out a foot past the deck, not just. It looked like the deck was on fire when you look at it. So, but you didn't see that early in the morning because the homeowner had already shut off everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we have a couple different items as far as the fire station. Obviously, we're still ongoing with issues with the boilers. I would suggest that in 2027 that we look at possibly replacing those. It's not something that was foreseen for CIP, but that's something that we probably look at. Right now, they've stopped locking out for every week. But we're having an issue that they were locking out like every other day as far as the furnace. But if we can't solve that, then I would think that we
So
need to stop.
It's
We need
a
to
problem.
stop wasting money on it.
Right, we need to get working on the replacement costs.
Yeah.
And
And
what we're
I've
gonna
got
do.
I am looking at trying to get people in to say, hey, what's the best way of going? You know,
Right.
one furnace or the two.
Well, till you have redundancy.
Right. I think that obviously the furnaces that are there, they'll run the station 60% each of them, but they can't keep up if one of them goes
No.
down.
But it'll keep the place from freezing.
Yes, it keeps it from freezing,
Which is what you need.
I think that the new furnaces maybe. So it was explained to me that these furnaces are $299 as far as BTUs.
Input.
They'll put out just under 300,000 BTUs. There is a 400 BTU, but there's not a 500 BTU, and then you jump to 6. Probably we need to jump up the system, each of them, so that one of them could operate if needed to. The whole building, or at least like 90% of the building. But that one furnace is struggling when it comes to heating the hot water, heating the bays, and heating the building as far as it goes. But we'll look into the pricing for a few different people and try to get something in place for that. I'm hoping that it's just like a glitch that it just locks out. It says low water pressure, high flue temp, and everything has been replaced that you can possibly replace with that. So I don't know if you have run into anything as far as dealing with the furnaces at the county.
All the time. It's what I do.
if you have specific brands that seem to be better than
Yeah.
than others.
I'd like to be involved in this
Okay.
when the time comes.
Yeah. So that.
So your automatic delivery for your other two stations kind of fell apart?
Yeah, and it's my understanding that
Town office,
the
too.
town office.
The whole town.
Oh, the whole.
Yeah.
Town office
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But just to let you know that we went to Mirror Lake, and before we knew what had happened at the town office,
And transfer station.
oh,
Everywhere, yeah.
everywhere. Okay, so just so you know, as far as we were able to save Melvin Village from running out by just putting fuel in, because we caught that before it ran out. But Mirror Lake was
For running
cold.
on that Lowe's, I mean, all of a sudden you get filter issues
Yeah,
and all the
it's
rest of
bad
it.
for it.
Oh yeah.
And you don't expect that with automatic delivery, but
No.
we'll keep a better eye on.
Well, if it happens again, I mean, we're not locked in any way except for we awarded a contract for service.
Right.
And if they're not providing the service, maybe we gotta look around. And it's Irving, I mean, that's a pretty big
Yeah.
company.
White Mountain, they seem to have kept. They were told that we were running low at Central Station as far as propane, and we were at 40% with that. I don't know. I think that was an accidental thing as far as calling them. Because we were pretty good as far as propane, but they were there the same day that they were contacted and filling the tanks as far as that goes. So, and that's automatic also.
We haven't received a bill for any restarts, have we?
I did receive a small bill, and I don't know if it's due to one of the gentlemen, and I sent Irving a thank you note for him. He had come to get a permit from Jack, and when he came in, I said, "Oh, are you here?" Because we didn't have fuel, and he drove to Conway, got some diesel, and got us going. Came back, got the furnace going for us, and then he was going to one of the fire stations. And so I don't know if it's just $30 for his time and those few gallons of diesel, but that's the only bill we've gotten.
We should pay for the fuel, but I don't think we should be paying for a service call if they let us run out.
Right.
That's what the contract's for.
Yeah.
So I think maybe because it was so cold, but the transfer station, it took 3 days. And we were scheduled that Monday, and they didn't come till Tuesday, even though we were out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be able to calculate that.
Degree days. Yep.
So just so that you have an update on that. The new airboat, it's obviously been placed in service. There's pictures of it as far as the
Good. Yep.
decals and everything.
Yep.
We're
looks
doing
good.
a joint training with Molten Borough, Center Harbor, and Sandwich on
Drag races?
Thursday night. No drag races. And so Molten Borough's hovercraft will be part of that particular training. And we're going to use the old boat until we get rid of it as far as it goes. So it'll be part of that particular training. But what's called the Tri-Towns have invited us, which is Molten Borough, Sandwich, and Center Harbor, to train with them. So we have been doing so whenever we have the opportunity.
Right.
And which is great as far as getting training with the neighboring communities as far as that goes. We assisted with the delivery of the presents on the 19th, and we conducted a controlled burn at 258 Mountain Road, which is the sand pit out behind Sergeant property. That all went well, went off with without a hitch. There was four members from Center Harbor that came over. Two assisted with the lighting process as far as starting the fires, so that our people could actually operate inside and do different things. And they had two people that were fairly new to the department. They wanted to get inside as far as live fires. So whenever we can do that, it's great to get the process as far as that goes. So all the proper paperwork was done with New Hampshire DES and everything that was needed to be taken care of was. Captain Pike and Firefighter Babin, they had set up a CPR course. However, no one showed up as far as from town wise. We will put on another one at any point in time that the employees want to do it. So that's a little misleading that they held the CPR course. They did hold it, but there was no one there to train as far as it goes. We have been experiencing some issues with our SCBA mass. For the past 2 years, we've been going through issues with the mass and talking with the company. And initially, we've never seen that before. Just like you probably see anywhere.
Right.
And then over a period of time, they came back and said,
We're starting to see that.
There is an issue with these. So we're going through, each year we go through and put our people through a test with a machine that we have to fit test them to make sure what size mass anywhere from small, medium to large. And we're starting that process over again with these new masks. And the new product seems very promising.
So a new seal around.
Yeah, it's basically the seal that goes around your face. As
To make sure that the firefighter beards are in compliance.
Yeah, you can't have beards, and you got to be clean shaven for whatever areas and all that great stuff. But so it looks really good for them replacing all of our masks under warranty that we have.
But you're still going to need your replacement of the SCBA charger.
The Cascade system, yes, and that looks like that we would need $36,000 at the high bid for that. I know that there was an email. I don't know if we had got back to you of what was needed.
The total was.
Yeah.
So you got 40,
so 85 was the highest bid that included Cascade cylinders. So basically, we have these tanks behind the Cascade system that hold 6,000 psi in each of them. There's 4 of them currently, as far as it goes. If we have to replace them, then we would need the just about the 85. If we can keep those, depending on if they need to be replaced.
Yeah, what determines that? Do they age out?
Age out. Yeah.
Can they be tested and recertified?
Yes. In most cases, I know that these have been tested and recertified a couple times. After a certain amount of years, then they age out and they have to be replaced. I have to look at the years.
So this $85,000 that you're talking about is going to replace pieces that are aged out?
We'll replace pieces that are age out and the current system that we're running into as far as finding parts for.
But then going forward, there's parts of this that we're keeping that are going to age out?
No, that will replace everything.
Okay.
The only way that you age out is that, those bottles, those cylinders, are just like any cylinder that you deal with. After a certain period of time,
they come out.
They have to come
Well, I don't know. I've seen oxygen and acetylene bottles that are over 100 years old that are still in service.
Right.
Because they have a fresh stamp on them.
Right.
They tested fine.
It's
I would assume that these can...
it all depends on what material they're made out of and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
So the total cost is 89,000?
85
85.
on the high side.
Because I was coming up with
85.
89.
And the 85 will take care of replacing bottles if needed.
But how are we going to know if needed? I mean, we're going to be doing a warrant article for this, right?
Right.
Today.
Today?
Today.
You're going to know if...
Yeah, I'll let you know before the next whatever amount of minutes.
Good.
After I leave you.
Good.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to write a warrant article to supplement this 40.
Yeah, it looks like the 36 would be the amount that we need, depending on what was in there.
Which only gives you 82, but I think we want more than that.
Because there's a big difference between 36 and 86.
Yeah, but there's a certain amount that's already there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
47.
$46,985.
Yeah.
So $47,000 already there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And obviously, the training that we have been through has been listed out with that. We've continued with hazardous mitigation, working on that, and waiting for formal approval from government council before we can go further on spending any money with that, and waiting for a new contract from LRPC. Under action items, you can probably see that 25 and 26 Stewart ambulance contracts have been provided. There was never a contract that I can see signed in 25.
I know we awarded that.
I know we awarded it, but signatures never got put on it. It is there so that we can have that in place for future reference. And the 26 contract is also there to be signed.
Yeah, I think we signed the 25 and I think it's right there. But we
I'll
have
scan it and send it to
but we have to vote on
and basically the same contract,
26.
but it went up by whatever percentage
Right.
that everything. And we are noticing, some minor hiccups with the south of us as far as the whole ambulance thing. We're looking to see how that all plays out. But they said that should not affect us as far as with Stewart's
coverage.
As far as our coverage and things like that. But we have noticed that we're keeping a close eye on the whole contract situation to the south.
Mm-hmm.
And how's our revenue on our ambulance going? I haven't seen the revenue figure.
I'll have to get that for you. I think that it was like $9,000 or a little bit more that came in for 25.
So we didn't do any transports at all.
We did like 15 transports, but we brought in like $9,000 as far as for insurance companies and people and things like that. Because you only get, as far as Medicare and different insurance companies that you have contracts where you only get a certain percentage. You don't collect all of the money with those. Self-pays, you can send people to collections and things like that. We haven't been hard on that.
I think we need to talk to Stewart's a little bit because that's not the numbers that I'm getting. So
what's that as far
for our
as
transport cost? If you did 15 and you collected $9,000, that's less than $1,000.
Right. Yeah. What I'm saying is that a lot of people don't have insurances.
Right.
They're on Medicare, Medicaid. They're people from out of state. They're people that pass away.
Somehow Stewart's is making a profit doing this and we're not.
I wouldn't say that they're necessarily making a profit at doing it because
they're not staying in business without making some kind of profit.
Right.
I mean, they have to pay for their equipment, they have to pay, I think they're.
Well, I think that you'll see where they're making the money is transfers. The 911 side of things is not making them rich, not making them a profit of
But the
where people
moving
are
of
saying,
patients to better facilities, is that what you're saying?
yes, that's what keeps the ambulance companies in business as far as it goes. The 911 stuff, I think that you pretty much lose money. But it's very expensive to move, to send people to the hospital. You'll find that a lot of people don't want to go to the hospital in ambulances because your bill can be $3,000 or more.
Right.
And
I mean, because we've got trained people now. We've got our EMT or whatever it is. So we're providing essentially the same service as Stewart's providing. I just look
when we have 18 medically trained people in the department. I can't guarantee that 18 people are going to show up. I can't guarantee that we're going to get 2 people that are going to transport every day, as far as it goes, depending on the.
But we've got the
day.
full-time guy that we hired last
Yes.
year.
But
Who's fully trained.
yeah,
And obviously you need more than one guy in an ambulance.
you need to.
Yeah.
But so Stewart's contract says that they will provide us at least advanced level, 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, a year, and 2 people. So we've had twice last year that one was due to radio issues, that they had missed a call, and the other was due to there just wasn't any more ambulances left in the area. We were called to Moultonborough initially for a call and got canceled because one of Stewart's rigs got cleared up. And probably 10 minutes later, we were called to our own town and did not receive an ambulance, but that was because of radio issues. They just didn't hear that go out, even though that it was toned, a couple times.
The only reason I bring it up is I think that we need to really start examining that portion of your operation, and seeing if we need to build it up a little bit, how it would pay for itself.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, obviously there are things.
We're heading in that direction, anyways.
There are things that are in the process as far as throughout the state, as far as ambulance billing and things like that is changing. So how that's going to affect us in the long run. I know that we're in the phases that we're going back through, and I don't want to call it we're upping our contracts with different insurance companies as far as what will be billed and things like that. That's something that Rhonda's working on with the billing company, and most of that stuff's back in place and situated. Credentialing. But yes, that's the toughest part, as far as people think that there's all kinds of money in the billing. We're hoping that we cover the equipment that was used, as far as or in the process to replace that, as far as the throwaway stuff in a lot of cases. But I have been surprised that we have had, to me, getting upwards of $1,000 or whatever is quite a bit to actually get it back for different stuff. And I know that our administration side of things has been working on making sure that all the proper paperwork has been turned in, and on the whole billing thing, because otherwise people get put in a self-pay and we miss out on the insurance side of things. Because a lot of times when they go into Huggins, then they put in self-pay, and somewhere along the lines they get further information of their insurance company or their Medicare, and we've been following up on that a lot better to make sure that the billing company gets all of that,
Right.
so that the town can get money back. We also were never really aware of how much money we have brought back in, but have been following up between Audrey and Cami as far as trying to see if checks have come into there and this is the amount, and they've been able to say yes, we've received all that different stuff. So we can give you a little better total now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
do you guys have anything?
Yeah, I got one question. We had an invoice come through in December for cleaning a boat, and I got to ask, why are we paying an outside agency to clean a boat when you have staff?
So that is actually going through and buffing and putting stuff on that we don't currently have as far as it goes. As far as the equipment and things like that to actually do it. This is a company that does it on a regular basis and will do a much better job as far as with the gel coat and different stuff than we're gonna do as far as just doing it by hand.
Is this something that's done like once a year or
Well,
multiple times a
as
year?
far as once a year, but we haven't done this particular deal for probably like 6 years, 7 years as far as it goes. We had some gel coat stuff taken care of. This is something that we only do every 6 or 7 years.
So you guys take care of the normal washing and
Yeah.
cleaning, whatever,
Yeah.
but every once in a while it
we
needs.
bottom paint it.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, it gets to a point that someone really needs to take.
It's no
the
longer
time.
manageable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something that we budget for cleaning it and doing all that different stuff, and
Yep.
we bring it, we get it out of storage, a couple weeks ahead of time and go through it. But they're gonna go right through, or they've gone right through as far as the boat and do a much better job than we're gonna do just by
Okay.
hand.
Thank you.
But otherwise, no, we do all of that different stuff.
Okay.
Every year we tape it off, we put new bottom paint on it, and different stuff. We use the magic erasers as far as to do what we can. When we take it out in the fall, we obviously spray it down with a special remover for all the slime that's on it, and before it gets put away, it's fairly clean as far as it goes. But this is over and above what your normal.
Okay, I'm satisfied. I had to ask.
Oh,
thank you.
you got to know.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask the question, you're not going to know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything further?
No,
Awesome.
I'm good. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Our new full-time person has been working out very well, especially for calls and different things. Over the holiday, we had 3 calls on Monday, and he came back in for 2 of the calls, and other personnel came back for different stuff. But it's been great actually having the 4th person as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But our problem is, in just anywhere, people need time off. People have specific days off as far as that goes. So we don't, like the holidays, everyone is off unless you make them work, type of thing. But the call people had come back in for Monday. But that's what we run into is for the holidays. It's a tough thing unless you actually make someone work for those days.
And things happen.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for your time.
All right.
And I'll
Thank you, Chief.
I'll get back to you as far as the
SCBA.
the
Thanks.
SCBA
Yep.
years on those if they have to be replaced.
Good. Thank you.
On email, yeah, checking my email.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, moving on. We have a consent calendar to go through. You both have had a chance to look at this. We've got 7 items: a yield tax, intent to cut, another intent to cut, and 4 veterans tax credits. I'm okay with all of them.
I'll make a motion, we sign the consent calendar items.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And action items. All right. First is LexisNexis renewal contract. LexisNexis is our legal book supplier. The annual charge this year is let's see. If we prepay, it's $1,512.90. If we don't prepay, it's $1,526.32. So I'll make a motion that we prepay for $1,512.90.
I'll second.
All the RSAs are online. So how long do you wanna keep paper books? And how often do you look at them?
Oh, that's a good question. Who uses the books?
Well, we do from time to time.
We do from time to time.
But,
And
I mean,
well, to Audrey's point, anytime that I've looked up an RSA, I've gone right online
I've
and
never- I didn't even know
it's
we
popped
had the
right up.
books.
the pocket parts are what we're paying for, I believe. We're not paying for new books. They don't,
No, you get,
the pocket parts.
yeah.
which
The
is
what?
Pocket parts, which
What
are
is-
the updated court cases and changes by the legislature. So they're not giving you a brand new,
Says
Series of
encyclopedias.
book. They're giving you something to add to the back.
An addendum, so to speak.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you looked up the RSA in there, would you then go and look through the addendums?
Are the addendums online?
Yes.
They should be, yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I think we should explore having, there are some really, really good online services for legal research and a lot handier in today's day and age than these books.
Are we gonna? I mean, if it gets to the point that we're doing legal research, we're generally passing that on to.
Right, but we want to have a general idea on, or you can go through town and city or go through any number of books about stuff, but sometimes you just need to answer the question for yourself, even though you're going to send it to legal.
So, are you using those?
No, I never use LexisNexis.
And as far as I understand it, none of our staff is using it as well.
Police don't use it?
They have their own series
Have their own.
for their, and it, cause it's different than the RSA's, it's more,
Procedural.
criminal motor vehicle.
So, a motion's been on the table to support this and seconded. And after hearing this discussion, I'm going to vote no.
I am.
So
I see no need for this. I rescind my second.
so you're rescinding your second. Okay. All right. I was going to. You could just vote no, but all right. If you're going to rescind your second, I'll rescind my first and flip that over and move on to the next item.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Eastway Contracting Group for the police station.
They did sign it, they didn't initial every page.
And did we get the attachment for the cost? Did you get that for us?
I can do that. Magic.
Hey, Chief.
Hang up for you, sir.
You smelling smoke?
Looking for the right color smoke, so it's coming out.
Is it busy out there?
No.
No.
What?
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people.
It's steady.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a primary.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is just to fill out the term until next November.
Yeah.
Right. This coming November or
Yeah.
2026?
2026. Yeah,
2026.
term, I believe.
That's the end of his term?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get a good 9 months worth of service.
Right. Name recognition. I don't know what you're going to do in 9 months, but.
Get paid less than $100.
Yeah. So to be clear, we already voted on hiring Eastway Contracting Group.
Right.
Right,
We
this
just
is the contract.
This is just a formal contract. Okay. And I'd like to be reminded of what that amount was.
Well, the amount is on the list from the police station.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at it. Let's see.
I've got it, thank you, Ashley.
So this is for sheet rock.
It's under drywall, about
I'm sorry,
5 items
drywall.
down.
It's the third highlighted box.
So it's $70,860.40.
Right. Eastway contracting. $70,860.40.
Okay.
Let's see above. Trust me.
I trust you. But I still want to see it.
Yeah, I'm having trouble.
Just and verify.
That's right.
I'm having trouble.
Is it on the server?
It is on the server.
And that's
Yeah,
within
there.
the total that we're working.
Yep.
Oh, you have access to it.
Yeah, you do. Under police station.
Good.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Well, since we've already awarded this, do we need to?
No, it's under their name. Usually.
I'll make a
We're doing it anyways.
I'll
Okay.
make a motion that we sign the Eastway contract for sheet drywall at the police station. And just to remind the public, that's a contract for $70,860, excuse me, and 40 cents.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we're supposed to initial all the pages,
Yes.
Audrey?
Yes.
Okay.
Putting that in the consent calendar. Let's see. We also had a letter or an approval in here for the annual Ice Fest people to use 19 Mile Bay for their annual Ice Fest. I don't have any problem with them doing it, but I've asked for the letter to be rewritten just to include our terms. That they have insurance, porta potties are covered, and that they have that they pay for police detail. So I'll make that a motion that we approve the Ice Fest with those conditions.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
So all she has to do is look up last year's letter. That's gonna be, I'm sure it had all of that on there.
Yep. And we have a notice of appointment for Miss Liliana Tufts to be a youth representative member of our Parks and Recreation Commission. I will move that we accept Liliana Tufts.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chevy Tahoe, open bids.
Oh, good.
One for you, one for you.
We do that at Christmas too. Everyone opens gifts at the same time.
This is for our 2017 Chevy Tahoe police cruiser that we are retiring.
How did I get this one?
Just say the amount.
The bid amount here is $5,206.
Okay, I've got a bid amount of $5,280.
I have a bid amount of $9,101.
9,000?
9,001. It's even written in words. 9,101.
9101. Wow.
There's one more to open.
One more.
The big one.
And finally, we have a bid of $5,432.12.
54321.
543212.
212.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well, was this, and this was filled out on our bid form?
Looks like it.
So this appears to be a valid bid. And I'm going to make a motion that we award Andrew Lipson of Molten Borough our 2017 Chevy Tahoe Cruiser for $9,101.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You want to put them all in the cardboard?
Sure.
Sorry, Bob.
Okay, missed a spot. And one of you will notify the winner and the losers? Okay, thank you. That's a good price.
Yeah.
All right, next for ambulance. Might as well do the ambulance service agreement for 2026. So we have a 2026 ambulance service agreement contract. Did we already approve the contract?
2026 now.
Okay, I didn't know if this is another one that we needed. We budgeted the amount because we know what the amount is.
Right.
And the budget is listed here. The town shall pay the provider from January 1st, 2026, ending December 31st, 2026, the amount of $230,511.91 for the calendar year. And this is a nominal increase from last year's budgeted amount. I'm going to make a motion that we award the ambulance service agreement.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Budget reconsideration. Do we have any information?
At the last budget meeting, the budget committee wanted the Board of Selectmen to review the finance admin budget. They were not in support of the two software packages or software packages and outsourcing payroll. And they also wanted you to revisit the solid waste budget.
So the line 4150 financial administration. This is purely because they didn't want to support the software packages that you just mentioned. The software packages that we supported.
Right.
Yes, their contention is that there needed to be more due diligence on our part as a town because in doing in them having done some research, they felt that there were better options, and so they're asking us to reconsider that, and with the thought that rather than putting it as a line item in the budget or in the operating budget, that we consider putting in a warrant article for what's it called?
Capital improvement?
Thank you. Was it capital improvement
Or expendable
trust? They wanted to put it into an expendable trust so that when we determine the best software, we can then execute at that point and have the money rather than in the operating budget.
There's no difference, David. I mean, we weren't about to award to whatever company Audrey put forward. We just needed a number to go in the operating budget so that we could go out onto the marketplace and find somebody.
Right.
But there's no operative difference between having it in the operating budget or having it in a warrant article.
Well, if it's an expendable trust, it allows us to carry it over in the event that we don't choose a company by the end of this year. If we choose a company after the 1st of 2027, then we still have the money there and we can.
I mean, I'm in favor of, and we've done this in the past, of having a warrant article for something that we're going to go do for the first time, but it's going to be a continuing expense year to year.
Right, and I think they understand that it's an operating budget item after that fact, but they want more. I think they want more time to evaluate it. I think they felt that it was too quick, too hasty of a judgment to go with that piece of software.
So the outsourcing of the payroll in the material that was provided by Ms. Sawyer, I think 5 out of the 8 towns went with the one I recommended. The other towns were much bigger or weren't valid. They don't even outsource it. They use QuickBooks. And then the budget software was actually very different. What the numbers provided were for MTS, which is a whole accounting package. And I agree that would be a deep dive in looking at that. What you saw the presentation on was the budgeting only software that allows the department managers to do it, and then the budget committee can slice and dice it. So it's not an accounting package, it's something very different. It's a tool. So I said in the budget meeting, I am good with, we want to look at that deeper and look at a full accounting package and things like that, but I feel that the payroll is definitely more important to me to get that right.
So, taking it out of the budget and putting it into an expendable trust gives us the opportunity to still purchase it this year or next year. Gives you time. But if we keep it in the operating budget, it expires at the end of the year, the money. You are going to look into it further, correct?
Yes.
And there's a high probability that we will be purchasing this year if it's approved at town meeting.
I want to clarify purchase, because payroll isn't outsourcing it. You're not purchasing.
Payroll is outsourcing, but
you're
this
contracting.
okay,
someone.
all right, but this budget, this package
Yes,
for the budgeting software is a purchase,
correct.
which will have its own maintenance fees, but those will be budget items moving forward.
Moving forward. So the operating budget will probably increase regardless, starting next year. So, but I think I think it was, as Bob just said, this is a way to accomplish the same thing.
And I'm fully in favor of having that budgeting software go out into the staff and take a look at. I mean, I think they need to establish the value of it. So this is a longer process for that. As far as the payroll is concerned, that's just a function of managing the office efficiently. I mean, we've added one half of one person in the last 9 years for the administration staff, and I think we need to keep it like that. So, the only other thing I would say is I'm not in favor of changing our budget that we presented. That doesn't make any sense to me. If the budget committee wants to change numbers on that, they create the budget. That's what they do. But I'm not sure that we need to get involved in voting to change the numbers that we presented 4 months ago.
No, because they're gonna present it with that with the reduction in that amount, anyways.
However, that said, by doing so, by reconsidering it, if we change it now, when we do our planning later today, we have the ability to do it knowing that that's already taken care of, not having to guess whether the budget committee would approve or not. I don't think they would, but
Well, and that doesn't matter either, Dave, because I think we're going to have to create a warrant article for the payroll system. I think that's the way it's going to have to go down.
The budgeting,
budgeting software.
budgeting software,
Budgeting
not
software.
payroll.
No,
No,
I don't know.
no, payroll. I don't think we're ready to do the budgeting software because I don't think we have buy-in from the people that are going to actually use it. I mean,
Right, and
Yes,
so
you do,
it's not an accounting program.
Well,
Which is
all we're doing, in my opinion, is
Mhm.
adjusting to reconsider what the strategy in which we're going to go forth.
Mhm.
And in that light, I don't have a problem to reconsider this, make the update, and then just move forward.
If we're
That's
gonna,
my-
if we're going to create a warrant article, or with a expendable trust, I suppose, for the software, I'm good with that. But the question is, do we put the payroll portion in that, or do we keep that as an operating budget expense?
Okay.
If
But the only thing that's important for us to get money for is a payroll system. That's the only element here that is important. It's the only thing that's going to affect the efficiency of the administration office.
Well, no, I disagree. I think that the budgeting software that Audrey is presenting is going to make their job a lot more efficient, as well as the budget committee itself. It'll make their work that much more efficient. I think this is a good direction to go. I do support questioning the speed in which this was brought forward, and whether we should look at the big picture and examine other companies to make sure that this is the right software to go with.
Right.
I agree with that, but I agree that the process itself and going with some kind of a software is a good idea. And I do want to keep that money available, because that could very well happen this year. 6 months from now, you could say, "This is it. I've done my research. This is what I want to do," and we'll go forward with it. The money will be there.
Then I'll be in agreement with you to that extent. Let's leave it in the operating budget. There's no reason to write a warrant article for something you haven't figured out what you want to buy. There's just no reason for it. If you leave it in the operating budget, then the process goes forward. The reasoning for purchasing the product comes to us, and then we approve the purchase. That's how it should work. If it's sitting in a warrant article, once again, we have to approve the purchase, but it just slows the process down. And what if we decide not to purchase anything? What if all of our employees say, no, we don't want anything to do with this? Because essentially my understanding of it is the departments are going to have to create their budgets that they present to the budget committee, as opposed to them bringing forward their information to us and us providing a template for the budget committee to work with.
They'll
So,
still come to the selectmen first, and the selectmen will also have logins
right,
to be able to look at it. But if you like to see things graphically, you can take the last 5 years and see what that pie chart looks like.
Mhm.
And you may want like all numbers, and
Mhm.
you might want to look at it some other flavor. And so it lets each person analyze it in their own way. But the Chris Morgan, who was on the presentation, really did like the concept of it. And both chiefs were on that call. Jen was on the call.
I was on the call.
You were. Oh,
I
you
wasn't.
weren't on the call. You were on the call.
I was, and I was impressed with the software.
And Brendan really liked it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the payroll, the two towns I talked to, Sandwich and New Durham, one of them being on Chris's list. The reason they went with that company is because they have the expertise in municipalities,
Mm-hmm.
the flavors of fire and police with the New Hampshire retirement system. And
It'd be a seamless transition.
yes, and I have their spreadsheets and their presentation of why they wanted to go with that.
How about if we reconsider, take the money out for the budgeting software only, put that in an expendable trust that we will have control over for this year or next year. Leave the payroll software in the budget.
All or nothing.
All or
well,
nothing?
no, I
That's
mean,
my- That's my
the one
feeling.
part that should not be at risk, you're leaving in the operating budget for the budget committee to do with what they will. So if their decision tomorrow night or a week from tomorrow night is to not go with that and change the number downwards,
Mm-hmm.
then you've lost your payroll system. I mean, I'm all in favor of making a warrant article out of the payroll system.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I'm fine too. I'm just trying to simplify it. I'm trying to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I hear somebody
you
else.
get it-
this is a give and take, in my opinion. This is a give and take. We have I believe the budget committee will without question allow us to go through it if we do it via a warrant article. If we do it this way, they will almost certainly knock it down.
And they will have all of the warrant articles that we're going to present well before their next meeting. So it should be pretty easy for them, even though they don't understand analogies, to look at what we've created for warrant articles. And it will be evident that, they can reduce that line item in the operating budget however much they think they need to. Because we will have created warrant
Okay, so you want to hand it. You want to. Okay.
I mean,
In
they're gonna have all
in that aspect, that's fine. I mean, it just sure
Yeah.
we can do that. I understand where you're going with that, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have everything they need, and they really need to drive the budget. We can't. I mean, that's their, that's their
That's their purview.
right.
So you're okay with reconsidering taking it out and putting it into a warrant article, both pieces.
No,
Is that what
No,
I mean?
well, I think what he's saying is
It
leave it.
doesn't-
Don't reconsider. Leave it in there. Let them strike it. But we're giving our intention with a warrant article,
Right.
so they'll see the intention in the warrant article and make it an according change
Yeah.
to the budget.
So you're saying to leave it in the budget, don't reconsider,
Yeah.
but also do a warrant article for both
right,
and let them strike out
The one that they want.
the one that they want.
right,
Okay.
or both,
All right.
or none. You know. I mean, I think that's the most sensible way to approach it because now we've got control over the items and we can talk about this budgeting software and have a reasonable discussion about whether to go forward with that this year.
Well, somebody at town meeting could very easily raise the question, well, if you put it into a warrant article, why didn't you take it out of the budget?
They're not going to look at our budget.
They don't see your budget, they see the budget.
They see the
committee's
budget committee's budget. So if the budget committee leaves it in there, then I guess we'll have to answer that question. But they don't make mistakes.
So, what do you, so Bob, what's your feeling on that?
Some way, somehow, I want to see the money left in, whatever mechanism works. And it sounds like this is, me personally, I would reconsider, pull it out, and put them both into a warrant article. However, that could be voted down. That could easily be rejected at town meeting.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There's a risk.
Yep. So let's.
So if you, I'd entertain a motion.
So I will make the motion that we not reconsider the budget for 4150 financial administration. Excuse me. Financial administration 4150.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay.
So
Next motion?
So 4155 and 4324.
Okay, so we're going to talk about when we get to warrant articles, we're going to bring this up again.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
And
All
did
right.
you write a warrant article for that? Or have you considered it?
Yes.
Okay.
So going on to B and C, 4155 and 4324. There was a question. This goes into an issue that was brought up in non-public during the budget committee. And so their feeling is that they are going to flatline the solid waste budget for reasons pertaining to that non-public. So they're giving us the opportunity to reconsider solid waste.
Okay. Knowing what the topic of that non-public was.
Yep.
I did a calculation. We would have to change one line item in the budget for solid waste from $68,000 to $93,000 in order to accomplish what they want to accomplish.
Okay.
So it would have to go up about $30,000.
Do we need to go into non-public to discuss this in detail?
No.
Do we need to go into non-public to discuss this in detail? I'm asking you to.
Because it involves personnel, I believe that we
realize
should.
We're not going to name names, but I think it's going to be obvious what's going on.
Right.
I think we do, but I think I'd like to do is I'd like to call for a recess.
Hey, Josh,
Hi.
Hi, come on in.
come on in.
Oh,
We just got the door shut for the.
Yes, you are.
We just got the door shut for the noise. That's all.
I know, well, I'm not sitting on my phone. So you have information about the, highway.
Yes, I finally got some numbers last night, the rest of the numbers. And I apologize, I didn't realize that you guys wanted me to do the whole thing.
That's all right.
But Jim was the one he's the one that asked me for the numbers, so.
Let's hold on. Let's table this discussion for now.
Yep.
Josh is a working man.
Yeah.
Let's
I can come back, I've got the
No.
rest of the day I'm running around.
Well, no, you're here. You're here.
Non-public anyway, so let's
Right.
just stay in-
Let's recognize his time and
Yeah, come
go
on.
from there. Come on up. How you doing?
I'm alright, how are you guys?
Very well.
So what I've got for numbers so far, I can get you guys a official. So I got from Scott, that's $39.50 for electrical. He wants to use the 200 amp service from the town, the salt shed, because it's 200 amps there. That all it does is the gas pump and lights.
Right.
So that's what he suggested.
So he wants to use that feed and put a sub panel in.
Yeah,
So what was that number again? I'm sorry.
39,500.
Okay.
And that's with providing the conduit and stuff for that.
And I didn't get that number from Jim for digging that. I don't know if that's the route we're gonna go with or not. But Jim's price was 40,000, and that was just for demo, removing anything that needs to be removed.
Demo and site prep.
And the
Excuse
septic.
me.
That includes the septic?
Yes.
Demo, site prep, and septic.
And then, yeah. And he was talking about saving the hot water heater and stuff, but Bubba was talking about just new stuff. I figured if we're going with it, you might as well put all new
Yeah, it's
pressure
short.
tank
It's
and all
short. It's short money.
Yeah. So Bubba was at. I know I had the price from in mine. Mine was like 8,500, but Bubba was 9,
9,000.
and that's with just the bathroom and hooking the septic and stuff. And he said to remove the heating system that's there and reinstall it would be around 2,500.
He would be adding on to it too, wouldn't he?
Well,
Did he
that's what
talk
we
about?
talked about just for the what's there? But then I figured we'd do like 2 Modines or something.
Yeah.
Jim talked about doing radiant, but is it? Me and Bubba were
No.
talking. Is it really worth it having that back section? That's it.
No. No.
It's only
And those two heaters, I think those are the way to go.
So you want to keep going with those? I just figured we'd put those 3 back in, and then add something like 2 Modines in the front corners or something.
I don't want to use Modines there because that Modines heat the air, and once you open up those garage doors, all that is gone. With these tube heaters, they use radiant energy. They heat objects rather than air. You shut those doors, you can feel the heat again right away.
So you want to add some of those?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? 2, 3?
Well, those tube heaters are 30 years old each. I put those in the late 90s.
So
You were just knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah,
I
pretty
put those
much.
in.
So what are you guys thinking? Just replacing those and adding some?
Yeah.
So we'll have to look into that, what those cost.
Yeah.
I can let Bubba know. So you're thinking there's 3 there now.
Yep.
So adding 2 or
We'll let Bubba come up with a design.
okay. So we'll have to I'll talk with Bubba on that.
Yeah.
So that was that. The garage doors around 15,950.
So 16 grand.
Yep. And then you guys got my price would be subtract. I think it was 8,500 for the bathroom.
9,000.
So to my price you'd subtract. So mine was
8,500.
yeah.
87.
Sorry, what?
I didn't know what is your price.
No, my total. I'm saying I had in my price I had a bathroom from another subcontractor price, but I figured we use Bubba because he's doing all the stuff. So I had 8,500 included in mine for the bathroom. So we
Pull that out.
So that would be around 120, 119 and change.
So we're 107 plus 119.
Call it 120 because it's change.
Yeah.
120. So the total project is 227.
Well, you got to come back with the tube
We gotta
heaters.
go back with the heat, so that's gonna add some.
Okay, yeah.
And I have no idea what those cost. And I'm sure 30 years ago they were a little different.
Yes. Yeah. But they've lasted 30 years.
Yeah.
So you're amortizing out for 30 years, and what's it actually? $4.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'll talk to Bubba about the heat. And so you said you wanted to add
Let Bubba come up with a design.
That's right. So let him
Design build.
the heat store or whatever.
Yep.
They'll take the square footage and well, that's where I'm at there.
Okay. Well, it's not a dumb idea using the panel and that other panel and just
And that's the other thing we're gonna find out what Jim would charge for doing the
the
excavation.
excavation. It's a
It's
trench.
a trench and some sand,
Yeah.
and cutting some asphalt and patching the asphalt.
Yeah. Couple grand.
So we've got $155,701 right now. For the
155 what?
701.
701.
So it's going to cost a little bit more than that.
So we need about $75,000. Yeah, 71, 299.
Well, I got 224.5 without the heat. And you could probably count on that being 10 grand.
At least.
Okay, 39.5, 40,000 for Jim, 9,000 for Bubba, 2,500 for the heat.
No,
No, we didn't.
no.
We have to revisit that.
Yeah, we're going to revisit that. Exactly. I'm going to put just for a number. I'm going to put in 15,000.
Okay. So we need to increase this by 12,500. So 1,19500 plus 120 is 240 in round numbers. And we've got 155, so we need about
I got-
90 grand.
I got 239.5 total.
I just put 240 down.
240. Okay. So
So $84,299 is what we need, plus whatever heat happens. So I'm gonna say 90 grand ought to do it. I mean, how much do those heaters cost?
been a long time.
Well, how much did they cost 30 years ago?
They're not big money.
Okay.
It's a fairly inexpensive install. But I'm not even going to begin to guess because it's been a long time since
Then
I've.
let's put $100,000 into this one
No
article.
buffer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that gives us
It's not gonna go bad. If you know,
$20,000.
Yep. Does your price include concrete? Insulation, sheathing.
My price is pretty much the put the building up.
Okay.
Weather tight.
Whether well insulation, plywood on the inside.
Yeah.
Just to remind you, you've awarded that.
Yes. No, I'm aware.
Well,
But
we got $155,000 you can spend.
yeah.
So
But if we want it finished, we need another 100 grand. Okay.
Maybe whatever the very next step is for you can fit in what the money they have so we can award more. So like if we need Jim next or.
Well, it's something we wouldn't start right away, obviously. Winter time.
it's a little chilly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking like next summer by the time we get in.
Yeah, and I'm sure you got your winter's work all laid out for you anyways.
Yeah, I got a house we just started now. Putting plates down as we speak.
Yep. That'll keep you busy for a while. Geez, you're putting plates down now?
They just put the foundation in. It's 1.5 inches out of square.
Wow. Well, hope it doesn't snow too much.
I just hope it doesn't move too much because they just put it in December. It was pretty cold December.
Wow.
For putting a foundation in.
Wow. Okay.
That and I have another project first thing in the spring. So it'd probably be midsummer before. But which isn't a huge deal because it's
But there's a lot of moving parts too. You can do a
the
septic
septic's
system.
gotta get done.
Yeah. Scott can do the electrics.
They get the trench dug and
Yeah.
we can always tear it down and then get the site plywood, cover the back and then get the foundation in. So
Yep.
there's time in between.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Excellent.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Alright, you guys have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
No, it's good.
Thank you.
Josh.
Yeah,
Yep.
Josh. I'm sorry.
Josh.
He doesn't
Can
care.
we take a break? I need to take a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll move that we go into recess for
Until the call of the chair.
15 minutes.
Sure.
Thanks. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Good. All right, coming out of recess. So we're back to our discussion about personnel administration. So we were talking about, because this involves personnel, we were talking about going into non-public. To discuss the finer details, come out and announce what our decision is. So I'm going to make a motion that we go into non-public under, let's see, 91A:3 2A, the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee or the disciplining of such employee.
I'll second.
Murray, yes.
Dauphin, yes.
I'll be yes.
Okay. Okay, we're back.
I'll make a motion to go back into public
I'll
session,
second.
and that we keep the minutes of this public or non-public
Sealed.
sealed.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Coming out of our non-public, after much discussion, we've been asked to reconsider budget items 4155, personnel administration, and budget item 4324, solid waste. So I'm going to make a motion to reconsider 4155, personnel administration, and 4324, solid waste.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of reconsideration, say aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
Okay.
I nay.
Motion fails.
Okay.
All right. Town report. Who's drafting the 2025 annual report? I believe that would probably fall on the chair.
I'll make a motion.
Unless
that
somebody
we
wants to
share-
unless someone wants to volunteer. No motion necessary.
Just have to take the September Times
And
pull out your items.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Exactly.
I mean,
That was a pretty good article. By the
Well-
way. It was well written.
thanks
it was.
to, I had a fair amount of help.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's our
It's hard to remember everything.
yeah, the annual report article is going to be very similar to what's in the Tufton Borough Times.
Okay,
All
Mr.
right.
Chairman, I'd ask for a half an hour recess, please.
Absolutely. Then we will recess until the call of the chair for approximately 30 minutes.
About who you might want to dedicate the town report to.
Right, after we recess. Okay.
I have a photograph. We need to put a photograph on the
We're
cover.
working on that
Yep.
one.
Are you?
All right, we back? All right, we're back from recess. Last item on our list today is the town report and who's drafting the 2025 annual report article, and that will fall on the chair. And who we're dedicating the town report to. Do we want this in public?
No, we're good. Yeah, I have a name.
Okay. All
So
right.
we've decided.
So we have decided who we're dedicating the town report to, and you will all see that when it's published. Okay, and let's see.
And in that folder you just moved to your left, you have one motion to make for Bill Markison to enter.
Let's see. The last number of years, the Milfoil Committee, Bill Markison has been heading up the Milfoil Committee, and we have authorized him to sign
Where the sticky is, right here.
Where the
that
sticky
page
is.
the one
yes.
past it. Okay.
So I'm going to make a motion that we once again reauthorize Bill Markison to make decisions as chairman of the Milfoil Control Committee on behalf of the selectmen.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
That'll give him the authority to enter into a contract with DES.
Which he does every year.
Yes.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, put that there. And correspondence folder, we just have notice from the ZBA that there'll be a hearing held on January 21st, 7 p.m. at the town office. And we have notice of upcoming dates for completing the budget, warrant articles, public hearings and whatnot. Okay. Any other business that we need to discuss
Are we gonna
here?
run through the warrant articles?
We're going to do that in a work session.
I'm gonna close the meeting.
We're going to close the Selectmen's meeting and move to a work session. So is there any other business that we need to discuss here and now? No? Okay. That being said, I'll make a motion to adjourn the Selectmen's meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.